World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4461, Recreating Chelong. Patriarch Chelong smiled brightly. He really thought that Chen Shang was going to show them his hands. Chen Shang asked him to select 10 outstanding young people, and then asked him to catch a few live rabbits. Isn't this just to learn and exchange cooking skills? Patriarch, I want those rabbits to be useful. Chen Shang said, it's not for eating. What use can those little rabbits be used for besides eating? The Chelong Patriarch was very curious. After all, the rabbits were too weak. You'll know when you wait and see. Chen Shang said, I don't know if I can succeed now. By the way, Dragon Lord, there are more and more monsters outside. And they are very strong, we can't beat it at all. It seems that our Chelong clan will be trapped on this island in this life. Chelong Patriarch could not help but sigh. At this moment, the roar of beasts continued to be heard outside, all of which were the roars of the giant monsters outside Chelong Island. I asked you to catch those rabbits just to deal with the monsters outside. Chen Shang laughed. Huh, the Chelong Patriarch was stunned, and then thought for a while, but couldn't figure out how Chen Shang would use the rabbit to deal with the giant monster outside. Dragon Lord, you never planned to poison rabbits, then make the rabbits delicious, and then throw them to the monsters to eat, is that right? Chelong Patriarch thinks that this method is still feasible, as long as the toxicity is strong enough. Chen Shang smiled but said nothing. Those young people also caught rabbits at this time. Each of them was holding a fat and big rabbit in his hand. There were white, gray, black, and even blue. There were many varieties. These 10 young people are still in awe of Chen Shang, so they don't dare to speak much. After they came, they just stood there. Come on, put this rabbit on the ground. Chen Shang pointed to the white rabbit. The young man immediately threw the rabbit to the ground. Chen Shang gently raised his hand, and shot a cloud of white light, covering the rabbit body and setting it on the ground. Then, he took out the 6 magic mirrors and secretly said to Sister Little Mirror, Sister Mirror, I'm going to start using Life Orb. Let's see how it works. Brother, or add a little blood of the Chelong clan, or we don't know what this rabbit will become. If there is the blood of the Chelong clan, maybe there will be a Chelong bloodline, and it should be similar to the Chelong clan in all aspects. Sister Xiaojing said. Okay, Chen Shang immediately asked for a bowl of blood from Chief Chelong. Patriarch Chelong and the 10 young people had doubts at this moment. Chen Shang didn't want rabbits for cooking, and now he asked for a bowl of Patriarch Chelong's blood, which seemed to be doing things. Chen Shang will drip several drops of red dragon blood on the 6 magic mirrors, and then activate the 6 magic mirrors. Little Mirror's sister is responsible for releasing the power of the life element, while Chen Shang is responsible for injecting her own 6 elements. The 2 forces fuse together, smoothly stimulating the life elementary bead, and through the mirror surface of the 6 magic mirrors, a ray of light shines on the rabbit. Chelong Patriarch and the 10 young men suddenly backed away because the rabbit was swelling rapidly. To their horror, the rabbit's white fur suddenly turned into white scales, which looked almost like dragon scales. The most terrifying thing for them is that under the rabbit's white dragon scales, bursts of red dragon power overflowed, burning red dragon flames. Chen Shang has been sensing the changes in the rabbit's body until he feels that the rabbit has grown to the limit, then he stops. The rabbit nowadays is as huge as a tiger, with dragon claws on all 4s, crimson light gleams under the white dragon scales, and the head resembles a rabbit and a dragon. The rabbit ears are still there, although it looks strange, but very imposing. The Chelong Patriarch and others who were next to him were so scared that they couldn't speak, and some were trembling. Because this rabbit is stronger than them. Looks very successful. Chen Shang smiled and walked over. The deformed rabbit leaned down and let Chen Shang stroke his head lightly. In the process of change just now, all aspects of the rabbit have been improved. Chen Zhang's 6 elemental powers can strengthen the rabbit's soul and body. And the most important thing is the life essence pearl, which is a small life soul in itself, and the power of the law of life contained in it has also changed life, which is indeed very magical. Chen Shang also consumed a lot of 6 elements, and now he doesn't need to add it. Patriarch, have you seen it? Chen Zhang's face suddenly became serious, and said, I will take it, and I plan to try it on you. The experiment on rabbits is very successful, but I don't know it on you. Chelong Patriarch and those young people now understand what Chen Shang is going to do. This is to transform them. The reason why they were born is that the Red Dragon God Lord created them. Now the Red Dragon God mainly transforms them and wants to make them stronger. If you don't want to, you can withdraw. Chen Shang said. I won't force you. After all, there is an unknown risk. Dragon Lord, I am willing. A tall young man immediately stood up and said. Afterwards, the other 9 young people also expressed their willingness. Dragon Lord, what are you talking about? If it weren't for the Dragon Lord you appeared, we would not know how many times we died. Chalong Patriarch laughed. You are nothing more than making us stronger now, how could we possibly be? I don't want to. By the way, can I also try this old bone? Of course you can. Chen Shang smiled. Then it will start now. Rabbits can become so strong, so you should also be able to become very strong. Then you don't have to be afraid of those monsters. Chen Shang used the 6 magic mirrors to immediately proceed to the tall young man. This time he dripped his own blood. The Chalong tribe still doesn't look like humans. Chen Shang feels that if they use their own blood, they might be more like humans. The light of the 6 divine mirrors shone on the young man. This time the movement was not that big. The young man's body did not swell up, but was wrapped in a mass of white light. After Chen Shang felt that he could not continue to transform that youth, he stopped. The white light dissipated, and the figure of the young man was still the same, but his appearance had become very human, except that he had 2 red dragon horns on his head and a pair of large red dragon scale wings on his back. Thank you, Dragon Lord. The young man was very excited because he could feel the strength in his body at this moment. Chen Shang looked at his 6 ways of cultivation with the 6 ways of divine mirror. Both the demon way and the heaven way are 15th steps, and the soul way is 10th order. Even Chen Shang himself was taken aback. You must know that this young man was only the 1st level of the demon way before, and now he has improved so much. Dragon Lord, you are too powerful. The Chalong Patriarch was also excited, and hurriedly shouted, quickly, come and get me, make me like that, I want to become stronger. Patriarch, you are the last. Chen Shang smiled and said, because you are relatively strong, I plan to try another method on you. Well, as long as it makes me stronger, anything will do. Chalong Patriarch laughed. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4462, Wonderful Feeling. Chen Shang then began to transform the other 9 young people. The process seemed very simple, just take a look with a mirror. What they don't know is that Chen Shang consumes a lot of money. Fortunately, he has a lot of vitality. In addition to the precious daughter of Shen Yuanxin, sending the heavenly origin crystal energy to him from the Universe Heart Palace can make him very quick replenishment. He continuously reformed 10 Chalong tribesmen, and now he has to rest for a while. The Chalong Patriarch next to him was very anxious, because it was his turn next, but Chen Shang was resting. Patriarch, wait patiently. When Chen Shang saw Patriarch Chalong walking around, he couldn't help laughing. I can't eat hot tofu in a hurry. Dragon Lord, what are you going to turn me into? The Chalong Patriarch looked at the 10 young people, and they all sat down and meditated on the spot, trying to adapt to their current form. I don't know yet. Chen Shang was just thinking, to make a special transformation of the Chalong Patriarch, which is different from the 10 young people. Chief Chalong suddenly took out a talisman and said, there is an emergency message from the sentry outside, and I don't know what happened. Did those monsters come in? After the 10 new Chalong people heard this, they immediately stood up and were eager to try. After all, they have become very strong now, and they urgently need to fight to understand their own strength. Don't worry, Chen Shang said. You must consolidate the strength that has just soared in your body, and let that strength be steady and integrated into your body, so that you can control it. Yes, Dragon Lord, they all responded. After receiving the news from the sentinel, the Chalong Patriarch frowned and said, Dragon Lord, it was not a monster that came in, but a nightmare broke in and fought with the monster outside. That nightmare has been fighting shouted, said he wanted to see Master Shen, and said, he is the Thunder King of Nightmare. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. Chen Shang was a little surprised. He is also the father of Sister Shinru, why did he come here? Shen Shang has no affection for these kings, but the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare has a certain connection with Shinru after all. Shinru's soul is the clone of Zillion, but the body has the blood of the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. Chen Shang immediately took out a blank paper talisman, painted some runes with his own blood, then handed it to a young man, and said, Fu, take this talisman, take 9 of them, and go to heaven. Nightmare Thunder King comes in. Yes, Dragon Lord, although Ah Fu is relatively short in stature, he is calm and clever. The 10 team of them, act immediately, to go out of Chalong Island to pick up the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. Chen Shang continued to rest. He wanted to know what the Heavenly Night Thunder King came for. Chen Shang also had a certain understanding of the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. He was a silly, not particularly scheming one, and he was very loyal to Emperor Shao. In essence, the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare is not particularly bad. Since he has come now, and he is still coming here in great danger, it shows that there is something urgent. Half an hour later, AFU and the others brought the Thunder King to a forest full of giant trees, and Chen Shang was just under one giant tree. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare broke an arm, the clothes on his upper body were shattered, and his sturdy body was chopped and cut out a lot of blood stains. The blood stains were all blue and purple, and he knew that he was very poisonous. The worst thing is that a blood hole was pierced in his left eye, but he is still standing there straight now, and he has not fallen down after suffering this kind of injury. When he came, there was a trace of fear in his eyes when he looked at Afu and the 10, because the 10 of Afu and the others had just saved him. AFU and the others are very strong, and they shocked the Thunder King when they shot. He didn't expect the strength of this group of natives to be so strong. You know, in the eyes of the Heavenly Nightmare, the Red Dragon is just like the ant same. Dragon Lord, he is coming. AFU said. Dragon Lord, are you, Scarlet Dragon God Lord? The Heavenly Night Thunder King said in astonishment. He understands now that it was the son of this evil chaos who drove them away from Chalong Island in the first place. Do you have anything to do with me? Chen Shang sat on a chair, shook a white folding fan in his hand, smiled and asked, aren't you here to catch me? Actually, I really want to know. My son of evil chaos, how much is it worth now? I'm here to ask for help. Tian Malay Wang sat directly on the ground and sighed, I really can't think of a safer place. I can only come here. They want to arrest me, and I hope Master Shen can take me in for a while. Why are they arresting you? Chen Shang also wanted to know. Because I have a blood relationship with Shinru's body, and Shinru is the clone of Yzilian, so they want to curse Yzilian through me. Said the Thunder King Tianmao. Chen Shang took away the destiny soul of Yan Zilian, but he was not completely sure whether the curse of the 6th clan of life and soul was really invalid for Yan Zilian. Yun Bai Lian wants to catch the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare, he must be handed over to the 6th clan of life soul, so that they can curse Zilian through the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. Are you really important to them? Chen Shang said. As far as I know, the 6 fate soul races can directly curse people without any medium. There are many kinds of curses. Cursing people without using any medium, this is another. And if they cursed Zilian through me, they might not hurt Zilian, but they would definitely hurt their hearts. Soft body. Said the Thunder King of Nightmare. Who is here to catch you? Chen Shang asked, is it Yan Balian? It's the King of Fire. The King of Thunder sighed. This guy has the help of Balian, and he has obtained many powerful things from the 6th clan of life and soul. I can't beat him. You rest first. By the way, you give me a little blood. Chen Shang also took out a bowl and handed it to the Thunder King. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare didn't even think about it. He directly put a bowl of blood to Chen Shang. He didn't know what Chen Shang used for it. He just wanted to heal his injuries. The reason why Chen Shang wants his blood is to study those poisons, because they all seem to be very powerful poisons. He was also very curious about how the 6th clan of life and soul would curse Yuan Zilianja, and then he went to ask Guan Yanchao. It should be a puppet curse. If successful, they can turn Shinru into a puppet. They will be manipulated by them. Guan Yanchao said. Chen Shang continued to rest and recover his previous loss, but at this moment, he suddenly felt something. It was a very strange feeling, with 10 peculiar veins connecting with him through the space. He carefully sensed it and found that these 10 veins were released from the 10 new Chalong people of AFU and the others. 10 veins travel through space, sending a very peculiar energy to his soul. Chen Shang was shocked, because his soul absorbed that kind of energy and could recover faster. After being transformed by him, the new Chalongren could bring him this kind of gain, which surprised him very much. If there are more Chalong people transformed, wouldn't there be more people who will send him this peculiar astral energy? World Defying Dan God Chapter 4463, Double Soul C. Chen Shang could feel that this peculiar astral energy can bring him a lot of gain. Especially when recovering the loss of soul energy, the speed is very fast. He also discovered that in this peculiar astral energy, there are also Tian Yuan power and Demon Yuan power. These are the relatively high-level energies of Afu and the others in the cultivation of the 6 paths. Sitting Chen Shang, After obtaining these special astral powers, he felt very excited, and at this time he was also feeling it very seriously. As he continued to acquire this special astral energy, he also gradually felt a strange feeling. What's going on? I seem to suddenly get through something. Chen Shang couldn't tell what it was like for a moment. He can only sense it quietly now. With his eyes closed, he is now immersed in his own sea of soul prowess. There is a soul space here, which is also the very core position of his soul. Suddenly, he felt his own consciousness, breaking through the sea of soul faculty, as if he had boarded the second floor, and came to an illusory white world. Chen Shang was shocked. It turns out that there is a second layer in his soul. He took a closer look and found that in this white illusory space, there was a huge red dragon shadow. That is the phantom that killed the Chelong, suspended in the air in the distance, very huge. This made Chen Shang couldn't help but think of the fact that when he was practicing four-image magic, he could cultivate the virtual image of this kind of beast. He also knew very well that the Chelong phantom he saw was another situation. Chen Shang continued to feel immersed in the imaginary image of killing the red dragon. It didn't take long before he discovered that this imaginary image was connected to the first floor. Then his consciousness returned to the first level of the soul. There are 6 cultivators on the first floor, and killing the red dragon is connected to the demon way. Could it be said that the demon way has derived other ways? Shen Shang immediately asked Sister Xiaojing. Brother, that should be Long Dao. Sister Xiaojing said in surprise. I didn't expect you to do this step so quickly. I thought it would take a long time for you to reach it. Sister Jing, what's the matter then? Chen Shang asked hurriedly. He didn't expect Sister Xiaojing to know about it. Just as you guessed, it is a derived Dao. Sister Xiaojing said. In my consciousness, this should be a certain level of cultivation of the 6 realms so that I can comprehend the Dao and the Dao. Then why did I do it now? Chen Shang also felt incredible. Brother, please tell me about your situation again, in more detail. Little Mirror said. Chen Shang just said his previous feelings, and that he has entered the second level of the soul. Could it be that you transformed the 10 red dragon people, and then their astral veins conveyed astral power to you, helping you to build the second dimension of astral space? Little Mirror said. Maybe, Chen Shang said. My various astral powers can't enter this second dimension. Only the astral energy delivered to me by the 10 of Ah Fu can enter the second dimension. Brother, this may be the second dimension of the Creator. Little Mirror said. It's incredible. I don't know when you can open the third dimension. I think at least I need to build the foundation of the second dimension of the soul space before opening the third dimension. Chen Shang was also a little excited, said, it seems that I need to derive enough Dao from the 6 ways of the first dimension in the second dimension. The second dimension can be stabilized before the third dimension can be opened. This means that he will become stronger by then. Brother, you need soul gift for the second dimension. Sister Xiaojing smiled. It seems that you need a new soul gift to guard the second dimension. Yes. Chen Shang also thought so, and said, Sister Zillion gave me a purple lotus before. I wonder if it can become my soul gift. If not, then I can only go to Shenzheni. No hurry, Little Mirror said. You now need to transform more Chelong people, so that you can get more of that special soul energy. I think the astral energy should be their trust in me, or they are sincerely grateful to me and want to return me, so I can get it. Chen Shang said. It should be. Brother, you have a chat with Guan Yanchao, he might have other opinions. Little Jing said. Chen Shang also immediately contacted Guan Yanchao in the 6 mirrors. Guan Yanchao, have you heard of the dual space of soul? Chen Shang asked. Of course I have heard, and I almost opened the dual soul sea. Guan Yanchao smiled. Little guy, do you want to open the dual soul sea now? Then you are still far away. It takes a long time. Time will work. How can I open it? Chen Shang didn't tell Guan Yanchao right away, he had opened the dual soul sea directly. I don't know, when the time comes, it will open. In short, this kind of thing cannot be compelled. Guan Yanchao sighed, it's a pity that I can only open it. If it weren't for those guys who have sealed and suppressed my soul for many years, I might have opened the dual soul sea long ago. I have opened it now. Chen Shang said suddenly. Huh, this is impossible, you are too young. It takes time. Guan Yanchao couldn't believe it, but thought of who Chen Shang was. Then he could only choose to believe. He was a little frustrated and envious, and asked, what's the matter with the dual soul sea? How is the scenery? It's blank, Chen Shang said. How did you open the dual soul sea? Guan Yanchao hurriedly asked. I just could feel it back then. I was about to open it, but something was always short of it. Chen Shang told Guan Yanchao about the process of obtaining special soul energy after transforming himself into the Qilongren. Guan Yanchao finished listening, was silent for a while, and then shouted. I see. The double soul sea is not opened, but created. Guan Yanchao shouted, you created a new and powerful species, so they helped you create the double soul sea. No, Chen Shang shook his head and said, it's not that simple. It's really not that simple. Guan Yanchao immediately overturned his previous guess, and said, then what is going on? But anyway, it is related to your transformation of Qilongren. Little guy, you deserve it. You can actually reach this state. Chen Shang doesn't know what's going on, but it's a good thing now. Now he is more motivated and wants to create more powerful populations, which will also allow him to gain more powerful strength and improve in all aspects. Chen Shang just took a short rest and then recovered. Qilong Patriarch stared at Chen Shang with his eyes wide open, he was waiting for Chen Shang to wake up. Dragon Lord, can you start? Chief Qilong smiled and said, how are you going to get me? Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4464, New Qilong Patriarch. Chen Shang saw Patriarch Qilong looking forward to this moment, he laughed immediately, and asked, Patriarch, are you afraid of pain? If you are strong enough, I can destroy you hard, this can make you become stronger. Patriarch Qilong hesitated, because he was still very afraid of pain. If it was really painful, and he cried and cried, it would be very ugly. The pain is really unbearable, maybe he will beg Chen Shang to stop, this will be even more embarrassing. Well, how much pain is it probably? Clan Chief Qilong smiled just now, and now suddenly became very serious, and said, Dragon Lord, I am not a person who is afraid of pain, I just want to know the specific situation. So that I have a preparation. I don't say it hurts too much. Chen Shang shook his head and said, if you just want to be transformed by me, you don't need to suffer any pain. For example, Ah Fu is like this. At this time, AFU and the 10 of them, who were sitting on the ground with their eyes closed and meditating, immediately opened their eyes, and there was a trace of fire in their eyes, as if they were telling Chen Shang that they were not afraid of pain, they just hoped to be stronger. Dragon Lord, I am not afraid of pain, I want to become stronger. Ah Fu stood up and said, if it is a very risky method, let me try it first, don't let the Patriarch take risks. Fu, I said you are too greedy. You are so strong now, you still want to be stronger. There is no reason. Qilong Patriarch rolled up his sleeves and said with a smile, I want to teach you a lesson. Teach you little ghosts, so you can learn what contentment is. Patriarch, I can start, are you ready? Chen Shang asked. Well, AFU, stay away from here. I'm afraid that after I become stronger, I can't help but practice with you. Qilong Patriarch said indifferently, he has decided to accept Chen Zhang's very painful transformation. However, he didn't want these 10 young people to be watching, after all, no one knew how miserable he would be by then. No, it's better to have them guarding the law next to you. Chen Shang said, Patriarch, if it goes smoothly on you, then I will be able to reform them a second time. The Qilong people who had been transformed by him, if they became stronger, it would also help them to grow faster in the future. At that time, you will be able to send more soul energy to Chen Zhang's double soul sea. Okay, Patriarch Qilong can't say anything now, he is the Patriarch, he must become stronger and must not be suppressed by these young people. In any case, for the sake of face, no matter what kind of pain he suffers, he must survive it. Lord Dragon, let's start. The Qilong Patriarch clenched his fists and stood straight. Begin. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he used 6 divine mirrors to face the Qilong Patriarch. The difference between this transformation and the previous one is that he has used more life elemental power. Sister Xiaojing and Shen Shang were in control before, in order to ensure that the bodies of those young people would not be subject to strong shocks. But this time is different. The old bone of the Qilong Patriarch is very tough. Even if it is subjected to various damages, there will be no serious consequences in the end, at most it will be seriously injured. If those young people were to bear it, maybe the body would burst with just one shot, so Chen Shang was also very cautious about this. Ah, it hurts me, the Dragon Lord, it's almost all right, ah. Patriarch Qilong was really afraid of pain, but he just yelled all of a sudden. Old Patriarch, please bear with me, this is just the beginning. Chen Shang said. Dragon Lord what do you say, only just beginning. Killing me, killing me. Enough, enough. I'm going to die, stop. When Chen Shang started, how could he stop? And this is really just the beginning. Patriarch Chelong was already lying on the ground. He was still struggling violently, bouncing in various ways, but soon he was sealed by the release of a force from the 6 magic mirrors, preventing him from moving. Patriarch Chelong made all kinds of screams like killing pigs, was tortured to cry for his father and mother, all kinds of begging for mercy. The young people next to him were all dumbfounded. Is this still their patriarch? On weekdays, the aloft and majestic clan chief Chelong, at this moment, turned out to be like a pig with a scalded ****** screaming, arching his body crazily. The pain is also real pain, the Chelong patriarch can bear it, and he has not fainted due to torture, indicating that his endurance is still very strong. It didn't take long before the body of the Chelong patriarch cracked. And the energy of the life element beads is very strong, allowing those wounds to heal quickly, and then continue to destroy the body of the Chelong patriarch, so repeatedly. This lasted for a few hours, and Chen Shang finally stopped. Patriarch Chelong was like a dead dog at the moment, lying on the ground panting, his tongue came out, his eyes turned white, and he looked dying. He is very sloppy now, his body is covered with mud, his hair is all out, and the pair of bat wings are gone. After Ah Fu and the others were transformed by Chen Shang, they all had a pair of very mighty dragon scale wings, and the Chelong patriarch was now alone. The old man needs a good rest, please carry him away. Chen Shang looked at the Chelong patriarch, and then smiled very satisfied. These pains are not for nothing, he is indeed very strong now. The 6 cultivation bases of the Chelong patriarch are not low, the highest is close to the 30th level, which is much stronger than AFU and the others. Through this attempt, Chen Shang also knew that if the power of the life elementary beads were injected too much, it would be very painful. Not only physical pain, but even the soul will be transformed. Soon, Chen Shang felt that the soul energy sent to him by the Chelong patriarch was more than that of AFU and the others. After the Chelong patriarch was carried away, the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare suddenly appeared behind Chen Shang. Quote, the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King was also nearby. Although he didn't see it with his own eyes, he heard the cries of the Chelong chieftain. At this moment, he also understood what was going on. Chen Shang was transforming the Chelong clan. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King can clearly feel that the Chelong patriarch has become very strong just now, much stronger than his noble king. Lei King Heavenly Nightmare, come out. Chen Shang smiled. You recovered quite quickly. After the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King came out, his body would have recovered. He was chopped off with one arm before, but now it has grown out, and he doesn't seem to have been injured at all. Master Shen, who are you on earth? Asked the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. I am the son of evil chaos. Chen Shang smiled and said, the Nightmare Thunder King, I saved your life, and now I need you to repay me. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4465, Beyond Saints On. Chen Shang now has an even crazier idea, which is to hunt down those mighty nightmare people and keep their souls. Chen Shang needs a lot of souls, extract the vitality from the souls, and use them to refine the souls of life. It can even extract the energy and soul of the Heavenly Nightmare to refine alchemy. Master Shen, how do you want me to repay my gratitude? The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King frowned and added, as long as I can do it, I will promise you. How is the strength of the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King? Chen Shang asked, you can't beat him. His strength is just like that. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King clenched his fists, gritted his teeth and said, that guy has a symbol given by the 6th clan of Fate Soul, I was calculated by those things, otherwise he can't beat me. He's still chasing you, right? Chen Shang asked. Yes, the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King had already thought of something, so he asked back, Master Shen, are you planning to let me lead him out? Are you going to kill him? Kill him, there is no need for me to go. Chen Shang smiled and said, if I want to kill him now, just send my little demon over. For example, there are 10 of them. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare only felt embarrassed. When they came from Heavenly Nightmare Universe before, they landed on this Chelong Island. At that time, the Chelong clan on the island was still hiding from Tibet in order to survive. At that time, they faced such a powerful enemy as the Fire Palace, and they could not resist at all. However, How long hasn't passed since, they didn't even put the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King in their eyes. My goal is the Mad Emperor. Chen Shang said, your seniors of the Heavenly Nightmare clan are not a good thing. The number one enemy clearly ordered the 6 souls, but the Mad Emperor and Shao Emperor are willing to take their lives. Dog of the 6 soul race. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King was silent. Ao Shi universe is not yours. Now, since they are colluding with the Fate Soul 6 clan, then they are my enemies. Chen Shang said, so they must die. What do you need me to do? Said the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare. Why didn't he hate Emperor Crazy and Emperor Shao, but there was nothing he could do about it. I sent those 10 young people to follow you out. Take down the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, and then lead the Mad Emperor. Chen Shang said, at that time, you will find a way to let the Mad Emperor know that the Fire King was captured alive by you, and you have to provoke the Mad Emperor wildly. Okay, I promise you. After the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King finished speaking, he said again, Master Shen, I have a ruthless please. Say it, Chen Shang said, I hope you can kill Long Balian. Said the Thunder King of Nightmare, this woman is very vicious, you must kill her. Don't fall into her beautiful tricks. Beauty tricks? Shen Shang asked, have you ever been recruited? I was almost recruited. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare shook his head and said, I met her back then. I was almost confused by her. And the other princes have more or less unclear relationships with her, as are the Mad Emperor and Emperor Shao. She is still working for the 6 Soul Clan, and I don't know how many secrets she has about the 6 Soul Clan. Chen Shang said, well, if I meet her, I will definitely not keep my hands. I can start to act now. Said the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. Chen Shang took out the talisman to contact Ah Fu and asked the 10 of them to leave Chelong Island with the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. Ah Fu and their dragon scale wings can fly, and they directly took the Thunder King to fly out of Chelong Island, and then let the Thunder King breathe out and attract the Fire King to him. Chen Shang was under one of his big trees, waiting patiently for the results from the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare, then took out the 6 divine mirrors and put the messenger talisman on the mirror. He wants to go through the space Yuanju of the 6 gods mirror to see if he can contact people far away from him. He tried first to call Yan Zilan and the others for their talisman, but there was no response, and then he tried to echo Shen Junyi's talisman, but there was no response. Could it be that they are in a very closed space? Chen Shang gave up helplessly. Then, he tried to contact Huang Jintian again. Originally, he had no hope, but Huang Jintian responded to him. Little devil, why did you connect to my messenger? Huang Jintian asked in surprise. Master, where did you die? Chen Shang hurriedly asked. I need your help so much, come and help me. Hey, you are such a great guy, how could you need my help? Didn't you make up the 6 principles of cultivation? Huang Jintian laughed and said, awesome. Master, I really need your help. Chen Shang urged. Don't talk nonsense, come to Saint Profound Star's Chelong Island. Are you a pig when you're a master? Ha ha ha, although I'm crazy, I'm not stupid. Huang Jintian laughed and said, you want to lie to me and let me take care of you, right? Chen Shang really wanted Huang Jintian to help him with chores, but Huang Jintian could see through it all at once. Of course not, Chen Shang quickly denied, and smiled, Master, I want to create a powerful force and let you be the boss. I'm not free, Huang Jintian sighed, it's good for you kid to stay with Saint Profound Star. Do you know the various chaos in the sanctuary? All kinds of chaos. Chen Shang didn't know anything about the situation outside Saint Profound Star. Although the Shen family was also in the sanctuary, they were all hidden now, and most of them were migrating to the Saint Profound Star to rendezvous with the Dakun sect. When Chen Shang contacted Shen Ziqing, he was not quite sure about the situation outside Shengzan Sheng. Yes, Saint Profound Star is now the holy land of the sanctuary. Everyone wants to enter the Saint Profound Star, but it is difficult to enter. Huang Jintian sighed, in the outermost layer of the Saint Profound Star, there is a very powerful knot. Realm, the teleportation array cannot be passed in, and there are a large number of monsters in the outer layer. In short, all kinds of messy things are blocking it. Chen Shang was secretly shocked. He always thought that he couldn't reach the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace, but what kind of space they were in. It turned out that Saint Profound Star had changed, but he himself didn't know it. I really don't know the changes outside Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang sighed, no one told me. Also, Saint Profound Star has become a lot bigger. Huang Jintian said. Little devil, you just need to stay at Saint Profound Star. Outside of Saint Profound Star, it's really not a fool. Master, what is going on outside? Chen Shang wanted to know that if Huang Jintian didn't say it, he might not have noticed such a big change outside Saint Profound Star for a long time. It's a long story. In short, these are all ghosts made by the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Huang Jintian said, you can just stay with Saint Profound Star. Try to enjoy the rare tranquility of Saint Profound Star. It won't take long, Saint Profound Star. It will be messy too. Saint Profound Star will suffer soon. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4466, Sanctuary Great Change. Chen Shang thought about it carefully. He really underestimated the impact of the changes in Saint Profound Star. Since the emergence of the Universe Heart Palace in the center of the Earth of Saint Profound Star, and the breakthrough of Shen Yuanxin's cosmic heart, the entire Saint Profound Star has undergone earth-shaking changes. The energy exploded by Saint Profound Star can even affect the entire sanctuary. Chen Shang didn't expect Saint Profound Star to become so powerful. You know, although Saint Profound Star was a relatively prosperous star in the past, it was not considered the top in the sanctuary. Master, you mean, I'd better not leave Saint Profound Star, right? Chen Shang asked. He wanted to know what was going on outside. Let's tell you so. Now the energy of the entire sanctuary is rapidly increasing, causing the space of the sanctuary to expand. Soon, the sanctuary will be larger than the sanctuary, and all parties in the sanctuary will far exceed the sanctuary. Huang Jintian said, think about it, this sudden change, what do you think of God's domain? Sanctuary suddenly became so powerful because of Shen Yuanxin's appearance. So how much energy did Shen Yuanxin release to the entire sanctuary when he broke through? If Shen Yuanxin continues to break through next, won't the sanctuary become stronger? When the time comes, God's domain will become weaker. At the beginning, the 6th clan of Life Soul decided to abandon the sanctuary on the side of God's domain, and gave the sanctuary to the Heavenly Nightmare and the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs, so that they could beat you to death in the sanctuary. Then let the 6 families of Life and Soul take the opportunity to develop. What they didn't expect was that because Chen Shang was in the sanctuary, this kind of change had taken place in the initial sanctuary. The sanctuary can produce this kind of change, indeed because of Chen Shang. If he hadn't gone to the center of the earth to destroy the 9 altars, Shen Yuanxin would not be able to break through the seal, and such a breakthrough would not happen in the sanctuary. Now the entire sanctuary has broken through with Shen Yuanxin. In short, the guys of the 6th clan of Life and Soul are desperately coming from God's domain. Maybe soon, the space walls of God's domain and sanctuary will be broken. Huang Jintian said. By then, the entire Aoshi universe will be messy. Chen Shang knows the entire Universe Heart Palace best, and he now realizes that the place where there is the Universe Heart Palace is the center of the world-proud universe. It is because of Shen Yuanxin that the sanctuary can break through, and the Saint Mysterious Star will become the holy land of the sanctuary. Master, don't you really enter the Saint Profound Star? I really need your help. Chen Shang said. I need to maintain order outside. Huang Jintian smiled and said, I am helping Da Minghun now. Let's do it, you must be careful. Chen Shang exhorted. If you are in danger, you must contact me immediately. You kid, just look down on your master and me like this. Huang Jintian smiled and scolded. It's you, if there is any danger, you must tell your teacher, and I will find a way to save you. Master, do you have contact with the Holy Palace of Heavenly Mother? I can't contact them, Chen Shang said. The Heavenly Mother's Sacred Palace. They should all go to the Heavenly Mother's Sacred Wilderness. The chaos outside the sanctuary is also half of the reason related to the Heavenly Mother's Sacred Wilderness. Huang Jintian said, the Heavenly Mother's Sacred Wilderness is really an incredible place. Ah, what's going on? Chen Shang didn't expect that the Heavenly Mother Saint Wilderness, which was originally a secret, would now become the focus of the sanctuary. Heavenly Mother's Sacred Wilderness hides a very powerful thing. I don't know the details. In short, the 6th clan of the Life Soul is going crazy looking for the Holy Mother Heavenly Wilderness. Huang Jintian said, the 6th clan of the Life Soul is desperately defending the Saint Profound Star. Other forces approached, and at the same time desperately went to find the Heavenly Mother's Sacred Wilderness, preventing the Heavenly Mother Spirit race from finding it. Master, how much do you know about the holy desolation of Heavenly Mother? Chen Shang suddenly became a little worried, because Xiao Shonglin and the others had promised that they would lead the 100 Flowers girl to help find the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness. It is said that men were not allowed to enter that place, but now it seems to be okay again. Huang Jintian said, and I heard that the 100 Flowers women are very special and can enter the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness relatively easily. What do you mean? The 100 Flower girl found the Heavenly Mother Saint Wilderness? Chen Shang hurriedly asked. It seems like this, Huang Jintian said. This is not my duty, so I haven't figured out the specific situation. In short, the focus of the 6 Fate Soul races is in the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness. Chen Shang suddenly felt that the people in the Heavenly Mother Sacred Palace might have all gone to the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness. Master, why can I get in touch with you? But I can't get in touch with other people outside Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang was a little confused. Because I am in the Temple of Aoshi, and I am very close to the Saint Profound Star. The Temple of Aoshi has a strong spatial appeal, so you can contact me. Huang Jintian said, if I go a little farther, you may contact me. It's not up. Chen Shang still wanted to ask something, but Huang Jintian suddenly said that an enemy was coming, so he quickly disconnected. Now Chen Shang can't sit still, because so many big things have happened outside Saint Profound Star, but he has been bored with Saint Profound Star. No, I have to leave Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang originally had many plans, but now they have to shelve them. Soon, Ah Fu contacted Chen Shang and said, Dragon Lord, you have captured the Nightmare Fire King. Ah, is it so fast? Chen Shang was very surprised after receiving Ah Fu's message. Dragon Lord, shall we bring him in? AFU asked, but we don't have that kind of talisman now. To enter Chelong Island, Chen Zhang's permission is needed. I'm going out. Standing on the 6 magic mirrors, Chen Shang went straight through the space, and arrived outside Chelong Island in the blink of an eye. After the Nightmare Fire King was captured, he was taken by AFU and the others to a small island outside Chelong Island. There were no monsters nearby, and it was very quiet. Chen Zhang's sudden appearance on this small island also surprised the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. He knew very well that Chen Shang used the power of space. You know, during this period of time, the space of the sanctuary has become more and more solid, and the space transmission has become more and more difficult. When the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King saw Chen Shang, he gritted his teeth and said, It's you, the son of evil chaos. Dog stuff, I didn't expect you to have today. Chen Shang slapped him over as he spoke, and sneered, Say, what benefits has Bai Lian given you? Why did you let you kill the Thunder King? The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, you a dog thief, you betrayed our Heavenly Nightmare clan and take refuge in such lowly humans. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King suddenly understood that it turned out that the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King was a bait and deliberately lured him out. You are ashamed to say me. Obviously you wanted to arrest me, and you also took refuge in the incomprehensible enemy of the 6th clan of Life and Soul. The Thunder King said angrily, and also gave the Fire King a slap in the face. I don't know how useful this weak chicken can be. Chen Shang sighed, and the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King was more pitiful in his eyes, and he was worried that the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King would not be able to catch the Mad Emperor. Son of evil chaos, listen. Although there have been some changes in the 10 Nightmare Kings of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King has been removed from the name, and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King has been expelled. However, none of the Heavenly Nightmare Kings have been removed by foreigners. Killed. After the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King calmed down, he said word by word, If you kill me, you will definitely be punished by the Heavenly Nightmare. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4467, Heavenly Demon God Pill. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King knew that he and Chen Shang had a feast. After all, they were all around Chen Shang and yelled to kill. Later, they besieged the altar of Yuan Zillion, and Zillion had an unclear relationship with Chen Shang. After all, Zillion had said before that she was Chen Zhang's woman. Is it true or not what you said? Will the Heavenly Nightmare clan really dispatch all the powerful people? Chen Shang finished speaking and looked at the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. I'm afraid you don't know how united our Heavenly Nightmare tribe is. Although the crazy Emperor and Emperor Shao have always had disputes, they will definitely unite in the face of this kind of thing. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King thought that Chen Shang was scared, so he sneered and said, Otherwise, our Heavenly Nightmare clan has not been able to fight the Heavenly Nightmare orcs for many years. But, you obviously have already cooperated with the 6 Fate Soul races now. Aren't you betraying the Heavenly Nightmare? Chen Shang asked back. Huh, what do you know? Our immediate enemy is the heavenly nightmare orcs. We are just using the power of the Fate Soul 6 clan to destroy the heavenly nightmare orcs. Waiting for us to destroy the heavenly nightmare orcs will be the death date of the Fate Soul 6 races. Tien Nightmare Fire King said. Do you believe this? The Thunder King next to him sneered and said, who doesn't know, the 6th clan of Life and Soul just hopes that we and the orcs will lose and lose. It is impossible for the 6th clan of Life and Soul to help us destroy of the nightmare orcs, even children will not believe your nonsense. Huh, my heavenly nightmare Fire King, ranks the top 3 in strength among the kings. It is the right arm of the Mad Emperor. The heavenly nightmare Fire King said with a fierce look, and Shao Emperor is not as strong as the Mad Emperor now. Heavenly Nightmare, the Thunder King is a subordinate of the Mad Emperor. In order to calm down the situation, Emperor Shao will definitely take action. Since you are very important, there must be Balian among the people involved in rescuing you. Chen Shang smiled suddenly. Tell me, what kind of role will she play by then? The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King's face changed, and then he said in a deep voice, shut up, please. Chen Shang smiled slightly, and then pressed the 6 divine mirrors on the abdomen of the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King. What are you doing? The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King suddenly panicked. You say that you are important, then I will try and use how many strong men of the Nightmare clan you can catch. Chen Shang laughed and said, but, before that, I must abolish you. After that, the 6 magic mirrors started to operate, madly destroying the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, directly shattering his current 6 cultivation bases. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King gritted his teeth with anger, and his body's strength was emptied, and the various elements he had cultivated through hard work were destroyed. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, you are not dead yet, why do you have a face of death? Quickly, smile to the Lord. You should face life with a smile, after all, you are so important to the Heavenly Nightmare clan, and your Mad Emperor will come to save you. Yours. Chen Shang laughed and mocked, so angry that the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King vomited blood directly. Afterwards, Chen Shang took out a talisman and stuck it on the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, so that he could take him through the barrier of Chelong Island. Chen Shang made the 6 magic mirrors bigger and flew high in the sky, flying back to Chelong Island all the time. And next, it was the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare to spread the news, telling the Mad Emperor of the Heavenly Nightmare clan that after 7 days, Chen Shang would put the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King to death on Chelong Island. After the Chelong Patriarch was transformed by Chen Shang, his Demon Road cultivation base was as high as 28, which was considered very strong. Like Emperor Shao and Mad Emperor, they may not be so strong. As a result, the Chelong Patriarch is now the strongest of the Chelong clan, and he has preserved the majesty of his patriarch. Chen Shang now also arranges for him to go out and do one thing, which is to take off Fu and his team of 10 and the Thunder King to go out to destroy the giant monsters. Outside Chelong Island, there are still a large number of giant monsters besieging. Chen Shang suspected that these giant monsters might be controlled by the 6 Soul Clan or the 6 Soul Palace, trying to destroy the barrier of Chelong Island. This matter was handed over to the Chelong Patriarch and the others, and Chen Shang didn't need to worry about it anymore. Although they are few in number, the Chelong Patriarch can fly, and their strength is much stronger than those giant monsters, so they can kill quickly. Chen Shang now intends to extract energy from the life element beads, and then inject his own 6 elements to make a pill. In this way, it is enough to feed Chelongren directly, without him irradiating them one by one, it would be too troublesome. In fact, it doesn't require Chen Shang to participate in this at all. He directly controls a Holy Soul Pill puppet, and records the method of refining this pill into the consciousness of the Holy Soul Pill puppet, so that the Holy Soul Pill puppet can control the ***** of the world. Furnace Alchemy. Chen Shang spent most of the day to get these things done, then he just had to wait for the Aoshi Shenlu to refine his alchemy by himself, and he only needed to keep injecting 6 elements into the Aoshi Shenlu. After having time to rest, Chen Shang discovered that the spatial context between the Chelongren and him was actually sending very weak demon element power over, and was constantly improving his demon way cultivation. Good guy. Did they absorb the demon power when they killed those monsters? Chen Shang was secretly startled. At this time, the Chelong Patriarch sent a message with a messenger, and shouted excitedly, Dragon Lord, there is a kind of crystal nucleus in those giant monsters. After we eat it, we can actually improve the cultivation of the demon way. Really? Eat more. Chen Shang was also very happy, smiling. By the way, can you kill it in 7 days? I don't know, maybe we can't, let's try our best. The Chelong Patriarch is now on top, killing those giant monsters frantically. At the same time, he also arranged for someone to find Chen Shang and accept Chen Zhang's transformation. Chen Shang only gave them pills. Ao Shi Shenlu could refine dozens of pills every hour. In order to speed up the time, Chen Shang himself sat on the 6 magic mirrors and used the time Yuanju to reverse the internal and external time. In this way, he has been in the 6 Dao Shen mirror for a year, and the outside is just a day away. In 1 year, Chen Shang had refined a total of hundreds of thousands of pills, which he named the Sky Demon God Pill. This year, his alchemy cultivation base has also been upgraded to the 40th rank, which is the highest among his 6 cultivation bases. After coming out of the 6 Gods mirror, it was only a day before that, Chen Shang immediately called the Chief Chelong back and asked him to distribute all the pills. There are only tens of thousands of Chelong people who can eat the Heavenly Demon God Pill. Patriarch Chelong was very curious, how Chen Shang had refined so many Heavenly Demon God Pills in such a short period of time. He didn't ask much, just kept shouting the Dragon Lord Niubi. In just a short period of time, the entire Red Dragon tribe has been completely remodeled, and each of them has become extremely powerful Red Dragon warriors. Their appearance looks more like dragon people, and the dragon scale wings that each of them have makes the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King very envious. Tens of thousands of Chelong people came out of the island one after another to kill those giant monsters. As for Chen Shang, now he has established that kind of spatial network with tens of thousands of Chelongren, and a steady stream of peculiar energies are being delivered all the time, entering his double soul sea. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4468, 9 Universe Mirrors. The various energies sent by each Chiryu are very weak, but they add up to a considerable amount. For example, now, Chiryu people are killing giant monsters. They eat the crystal nucleus of the giant monster to obtain the demon element, force. Then only a small part of the demon element power will be unknowingly conveyed to Chen Zhang's double soul sea. This adds up to a lot. After 3 days, Chen Shang felt that his demon way cultivation base was about to break through, and he did nothing. He was very envious of Long Shuiyi before. She didn't need to practice, eat and drink, and then she could break through after a long sleep. Chen Shang now seems to have realized the days he is so yearning for. Next, he continued to transform the ape demon dragon. There are only 100 ape demon dragons. After being transformed by him, their strength has also improved by leaps and bounds. Like the group of Chelong people, their demon way cultivation bases are all 10 and 20. Of course, the most terrifying thing about ape demon dragon is their poison. Chen Shang did not lessen refining all kinds of poisonous elixirs, and they all poured them into the ape magic dragon to eat, and Chen Shang wanted to refine them into the most poisonous things and let them evolve into poisonous dragons. Of course, Chen Shang would not let them go out to kill giant monsters. This would pollute Chelong Island, and it would be very difficult to clean up their remaining poison. In the blink of an eye, 7 days passed. The giant monster besieging Chelong Island has not been killed. This giant island is still surrounded by monsters, but there is a place where no giant monsters are close, because the Chelong Patriarch and they are all gathered there now. Originally, so many giant monsters were killed, the surrounding area of Chelong Island would definitely be dirty with various blood and corpses. However, Chelong Island has a very magical ability. The energy released can quickly decompose those blood and corpses, and then absorb them. In this way, Chelong Island is more nutritious. Chen Shang was sure that this Chelong Island would surely become the richest place in the entire sanctuary in the future. Because the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King is going to be executed today, the Chelong people who went out have returned to Chelong Island. Chen Shang asked them to quickly build a huge high platform that is thousands of feet high, which stands like a huge mountain on a forest on Chelong Island. The Heavenly Nightmare Fire King had been very tortured for the past 7 days. He was abolished and fell into the hands of Chen Shang. Even he was not sure whether the Mad Emperor would come. On that huge mountain-like platform, the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King's face was haggard, and Chen Shang forced him to kneel on the ground. Chen Shang was holding the Azure Dragon Slaughter Demon knife, waiting for the appearance of the Nightmare. Unlike the previous days, Nightmare can use the shuttle to fly at will. Only a very small number of people possess a flying artifact and consume a lot of sky source crystals to fly. At this moment, there are 5 such flying boats slowly floating in the air, and there are more than 10 people standing on the decks of these boats. They are not very big boats. All the high levels of the Heavenly Nightmare people are here, and not only the Heavenly Nightmare people, Chen Shang suspects that there are people from the Sixth Soul Palace or the Sixth Fate Soul. When they flew over, they also received news that the Chalongren frantically killed the giant monsters, but they did not know the specific strength of the Chalongren. Now what caused them a headache was the barrier of Chalong Island. They couldn't break into it at all. Originally, the Heavenly Nightmare people didn't want to come, because they were of no use if they came, but the Sixth Life Soul race said that they had a way to break through the barrier, and everyone could go in and catch Chen Shang alive, so they came. The Mad Emperor is here, but the Emperor Shao is not here. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King said in a low voice. On the Shao Emperor's camp, there is only one Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, and the other princes are not here. That's a pity, Chen Shang sighed. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King was wearing black armor and standing behind Chen Shang wearing a mask. No one could recognize him. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King stood beside the Mad Emperor. He looked at Chen Zhang's handsome face, and he was also embarrassed. Because the Chen Shang he met in the center of the earth was still very weak, but now he can actually execute the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King in front of the Mad Emperor. Only the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King knew that the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King wanted to kill the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, and then the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King was arrested. Therefore, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King guessed that it was mostly the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King who took refuge in Chen Shang. Son of the evil chaos, you are the source of the chaos in the Aoshi universe, you can catch it with your hands. It was an old man who was speaking, not from the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Old dog, which green onion are you? Chen Shang asked directly. Is it the Sixth Soul Palace, or the Sixth Fate Soul? Or is it from the Fate Soul Palace? Don't be crazy, we will catch you today. The old man screamed, and then waved his hand to release a huge golden round mirror, floating above the sky. The round mirror kept getting bigger, covering the sky and the sun, which really made Chen Shang feel a little alarmed. He was somewhat worried that the barrier of Chalong Island would be penetrated. What are you going to do? Chen Shang asked loudly. This is an ancient supreme artifact, 9 universe mirrors, which can break any barrier. Son of evil chaos, you are finished. The old man's voice was like a dragon, and after a roar, he opened the 9 universe mirrors. Who is afraid of whom? Chen Shang immediately offered 6 magic mirrors. The 6 divine mirrors also became extremely huge in an instant, facing the 9 universe mirrors within the enchantment. They were also suspended in the air, and they were much larger than the opposite ones. HMPH, your mirror is nothing but a mortal thing, but you dare to compete with the 9 universe mirrors, which are the sacred artifacts of the supreme ancient times. You are really overwhelming and humiliating yourself. The old man smiled proudly and shouted, look at me, everyone. He is a weapon, and breaks through the barrier in one fell swoop. With the arrogant shout of the old man, the so-called 9 universe mirrors suddenly trembled, flashing bursts of strong light, and the mirrors suddenly flashed, dazzling like the light of the scorching sun. At this moment, Mad Emperor and others were extremely excited. In their opinion, Chen Shang must be finished today. I have to say that these 9 universe mirrors are indeed quite powerful, because they can penetrate the enchantment, and the light emitted directly falls on the mirror surface of the 6 divine mirrors. After the 6 gods mirror was hit, it can be said to be very calm, not being crushed instantly. It looks like it is devouring the energy coming in. After the 9 universe mirrors continued to shine with strong light for a while, they stopped. The old man stroked his beard triumphantly and smiled. A mere mortal thing, also wants to compare with the supreme artifact. It's ridiculous. However, when the light covering the surface of the 6 Dao Shen mirror disappeared, the 6 Dao Shen mirror was undamaged. It's me. Chen Shang smiled and said, how powerful is your supreme artifact? Don't let me down. As soon as Chen Zhang's voice fell, the 6 magic mirrors shot a white glow. Because the 6 gods mirrors are bigger than the 9 universe mirrors, even if the 9 universe mirrors are already big, like a huge lake floating in the air, the light from the 6 gods mirrors can still cover the entire 9 universe mirrors. The radiance shot by the 6 gods mirror, carrying thunder and lightning, directly penetrates the 9 universe mirrors. With a loud boom, the 9 universe mirrors suddenly burst into pieces. Those fragments were flying in all directions with incredibly hot flames, and their floating boats suffered one after another. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4469, Red Dragon Warrior. www.xbiq.so. The 9 universe mirrors are indeed quite powerful, especially now that they are exploded. The fragments that are exploded are quite lethal. None of their ships that can fly in the air are spared, and they are all destroyed. The people on the boat also fell into the sea, making them very embarrassed. Seeing this scene, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King knew that the overall situation was settled. After he fell into the sea, he fled the scene as quickly as possible. That's it, your Taiku Sovereign artifact is too bad, I haven't tried my best yet. Chen Shang laughed and said, it's too disappointing. If your artifact is more powerful, then I will take over and let it flourish. Before Chen Shang, he really felt that these 9 universe mirrors were quite strong. He thought he wanted to take them away, but he didn't expect it to be that way. The old man who spoke before, after he fell into the sea, his face was as gray as death. Although his heart was angry, he was more fearful. He can use these 9 universe mirrors, which shows that his status is not low, and his strength is also very strong among the 6 Fate and Soul races. So he knew very well how terrifying the power that could destroy the 9 universe mirrors was simply not something they could fight against. And the people on the side of the Heavenly Nightmare clan, now they also realized something. Especially the crazy emperor, he was a person who had lived for a long time, and he immediately thought why Chen Shang would execute the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, most likely it was to attract them and the crowd. The Mad Emperor immediately looked for the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, and found that the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King's breath was floating from a long distance, indicating that he had run away a long time ago. Fu, come on, Chen Shang yelled softly. Afterwards, AFU led hundreds of elite fighters from the Chelong clan and flew directly from Chelong Island. First of all, they can fly, which in itself occupies an advantage. The Heavenly Nightmare and Fate Soul 6 races, they can't fly, they can only swim in the sea. I'll go too, that crazy emperor seems a bit strong. The Chelong Patriarch also flew out. Not only is the Mad Emperor not weak in strength, the old man of the 6th clan of Life and Soul, obviously has a very high status, maybe he is still a more famous figure among the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Chelong people can not only fly, but also dive. Although the Heavenly Nightmare and Fate Soul 6 races cannot fly, they can quickly dive into the seabed and escape. But it didn't take long for them to be picked out by the Chelong people. A war broke out in that sea area, and various water waves were tumbling and tumbling. The Heavenly Nightmare had already received the information, the Chelongren's appearance had changed, and the strength had also improved a lot, killing a large number of giant monsters. But they don't think that Chelong people are stronger than them. The Chelong people are the natives of Aoshi universe. When they met the Heavenly Nightmare people on Chelong Island before, they could only escape and hide. Although the Heavenly Nightmare were driven out of Chelong Island by the Scarlet Dragon Divine Lord, they all believed that the Scarlet Dragon would not become much stronger in a short time. However, now, the once high-ranking powerhouses among these Heavenly Nightmare people have been beaten up and screamed by the Chelong people. There were a lot of Chelong people. In order to catch this group of people, there were hundreds of people who participated in the war later, which would add up to 1,000. And there are only 100 or 200 people in the Tianmao people and the 6 Fate and Soul races. There are so many Chelong people, and after being transformed by Chen Shang, their strength is not weak. Now they besiege these Heavenly Nightmare and Fate Soul 6 clan people, it is simply a beating. The old man of the 6th clan of Life and Soul was also dumbfounded. They had run across multiple universes for the 6th family of Life and Soul for many years, and had never seen a race like the Chelong clan. This kind of powerful ethnic group seems to have emerged suddenly, causing them to be caught off guard. The old man can only run away decisively. Clan Chief Chelong was originally fighting the old man. After the opponent fled, Clan Chief Chelong went to Afu to help Afu beat the Mad Emperor. Chen Shang immediately flew out of Chelong Island, chasing after the old man. While chasing the past, Chen Shang also learned the origin of the old man from Guanyanchao. The old man came from the Gan clan, named Shang Tiangan, and he was also a relatively famous person among the 6 Fate and Soul clan. Chen Shang, this Shang Tianchen you see should be just his sub-body. Guanyanchao said, this guy is very evil. Sub-body, is there any difference between this and clone? Chen Shang chased him, locked onto the seabed Shang Tianqian. This guy is Shang Tiangan, yes, but he is not counted as a clone of Shang Tiangan. First of all, his thinking personality is completely different from the subject Shang Tiangan. Guanyanchao said. However, Shang Tiangan can completely take control of this secondary body. It sounds like it's not much different from the clone. Chen Shang thought of the state of Zillion and Shinru, which seemed to be the case. There is still a difference. Xiangtian's sub-body is as powerful as the main body. Both soul and body are like this. Guan Yanchao said. Moreover, the sub-body does not need to practice, the main body breaks through, the sub-body will also break through. If it is a clone, then you still need to cultivate to strengthen the clone. Chen Shang released the 6 magic mirrors, locked to the sky, and then dived under the sea. Soon, he came to the position where Shang Tiangan was, and slapped it directly, attacking the opponent's soul. Chen Zhang's soul Dao and Fu Dao were both at the 35th level. And Shang Tiangan is only 30th rank at best, not Chen Zhang's opponent at all. What's more, Chen Zhang's cultivation of Demon Way, Alchemy Way, Heavenly Way, and Life Way is far beyond that of Shang Tian. Chen Shang now has a certain understanding of his own strength, that is, he is better than these elders of the 6 Fate Soul races. As long as his soul Fu Dao is higher than the opponent, so many of them can defeat them. Shang Tianchen was now easily handled by Chen Shang, grabbed it from under the deep sea, and placed it on the 6 gods' mirror. Old guy, do you know who I am, Chen Shang? Chen Shang smiled and said, you should know best how I got the title of Son of Evil Chaos. You, don't be rampant. Shang Tiangan trembled and pointed to Chen Shang, we have already cast many curses on you for the 6th clan of life and soul. Unless you give in, or else, you will die sooner or later, and it will be a painful death. Well, even if I die, don't think about it. Chen Shang laughed, without a trace of fear, smiled and said, before I am killed by your curse, I will definitely kill you first. Let you bury me. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he pressed a palm on Shang Tiangan, and then ran the devouring magic power to swallow the energy of his body. In just a moment, Shang Tiangan's body turned into dried meat, and Chen Shang waved his hand and let out a fire, which burned it to ashes. And the soul proposition element power in the Shang Tiangan soul, as well as the life path element power, were all extracted by Chen Shang, injected into the proud world ***** furnace, used to refine the pill. Shang Tiangan's soul is now the same as Guan Yanchao. Although he is still alive, he has lost his strongest power. Guan Yanchao, this guy will be your company. Chen Shang laughed. It's really bad, there is no soul gift. How easy is it to have soul fu? Guan Yanchao also had no soul fu, so he could only sigh. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4470, Shang Tianchen. www.xbiq.so. The reason why Chen Shang kept Shang Tiangan's soul alive was because Shang Tiangan had another subject, and he would have to deal with that subject in the future. Then, Shang Tianchen knew that Chen Shang had been cast a lot of big curses, so Shang Tianchen and Guan Yanchao could cooperate to let him know what those big curses were. Guan Yanchao, why are you here? Shang Tiangan was initially very frustrated and angry when he had fallen to this point, but seeing Guan Yanchao was there, he seemed to feel a little better in his heart. Because I am your ancestor, I am here waiting for your good grandson to arrive. Guan Yanchao snorted. Guan Yanchao was very upset when he was hit by an acquaintance who saw him in desperation, so he didn't give him a good face. What's more, Guan Yanchao is still a senior. Although he has been sealed for many years, his seniority is placed there. The other party directly called him Guan Yanchao, which made him extremely unhappy. Guan Yanchao, what are you crazy? You and I have all been reduced to prisoners, and you suffered earlier than me, it is really ridiculous. Shang Tiangan sneered. Little miscellaneous hair, the prisoners are also divided into 3 or 6 or 9 grades. I came in earlier than you, and I am stronger than you, I am better than you should call me ancestors. Guan Yanchao was extremely upset and immediately reprimanded Xiangtian dry. I'm Pu. Shang Tiangan laughed and said, as you a prisoner now, but you still feel superior. You are really mean. Guan Yanchao was furious, but he couldn't do anything, because the state of his soul was no different from Shang Tiangan now. Little master, hurry up and show this guy a little color. Guan Yanchao is now also learning from Linglong mother-in-law, calling Chen Shang as the little master. He thought that calling Chen Shang in this way did not lose his worth. After all, Granny Linglong, the great soul of the universe, also called Chen Shang in this way. Shang Tiangan, I have a question to ask you. Chen Shang said, where is your subject? Does he know what happened to you? No comment, no comment, no comment. Shang Tianchen smiled coldly. Don't you want to learn any useful news from me? Do you think that you can tame Guan Yanchao this dog, and you can tame me? I'm going to heaven, never be a dog. Very well, you have a backbone, I admire you very much, I hope you can keep it. Chen Shang laughed, and then asked Sister Xiaojing to entertain the newcomer. Sister Xiaojing's methods are very harsh, although the other party has become a soul, but Sister Xiaojing can still make the other party experience all kinds of pain. Under the torture of Sister Xiaojing, the iron-clad Xiangtian Qian, now also subdued, begged Chen Shang, and shouted the little master. Guan Yanchao is also extremely happy now, because the torture that Shang Tianqin has suffered is much more miserable than he had before. Guan Yanchao also knows now that there is a hidden little ancestor in the six-god mirror, which is much hotter than Linglong's mother-in-law. Shang Tiangan, you can answer the 2 questions of the little master now. Guan Yanchao said with a smile, you don't remember those 2 questions, I can repeat them. Of course I remember, I don't need you to remind. Shang Tiangan could only vent his anger at Guan Yanchao. Guan Yanchao is still suffering from the evil curse of the soul, although he is also very uncomfortable, but he has to endure it. Back to the little master, my subject will not know what happened to me. He can only know whether my soul is destroyed. Shang Tianqin replied respectfully. As for where the subject is, I don't know now. In short, he and I came to Aoshi universe together. Don't you share your memories? Chen Shang asked. Not sharing, I'm just his tool, and he rarely shows up, he hides behind the scenes to control the overall situation. Shang Tiangan said. I only know that this action is an entrustment from the ancestor Xiezan. Ancestor Xiezan, then do you know where he is? Chen Shang was very unwilling to let Xiezan run away before. I don't know, Shang Tiangan sighed. Little master, I absolutely did not lie to you. I dare not lie to you now. How much do you know about my curse? Chen Shang asked again. I don't know much about the curse of the little master. Shang Tianqin said aggrieved. Although I am a sub-body of Shang Tianqin, I do all kinds of tiring and dirty work. I don't know anything about family matters. Chen Shang was very disappointed, but couldn't say anything. Little master, don't kill me. Although I don't know many things, I still know some of the secrets of the 6 life souls. Shang Tiangan was worried that he would be killed by Chen Shang, and quickly said that he was very useful. Continued. Guan Yanchao has been sealed for many years, and he has not known much about the 6 clan of life and soul for millions of years. Fart. Guan Yanchao sneered. I know, it must be more than you shit. Then tell me, what's going on outside Saint Profound Star? Shang Tiangan sneered, outside Saint Profound Star, but a lot of things have happened. At present, there are only major forces such as Life Soul 6 Clan and 6 Soul Palace. High-level understanding. Chen Shang had heard Huang Jintian talk about the changes beyond Saint Profound Star before, but Huang Jintian didn't elaborate, only persuading Chen Shang to stay in Saint Profound Star. Okay, take a rest first, I'll ask you back. Chen Shang said, if your information doesn't help me at all, you know the consequences. Yes, it must be useful, it must be useful. Shang Tianqin said affirmatively. Thank you, Master, for giving me time to rest, Master is really considerate. Guan Yanchao was very upset, but couldn't say anything, because he could see that Chen Shang wanted to understand what was happening outside Saint Profound Star. When Chen Shang flew back, the Mad Emperor had been caught, and was beaten violently by the Chelong Patriarch and a Fu and others. Now he was completely wounded. The Mad Emperor of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe was actually captured by the creatures of Aoshi universe that they looked down upon. This is a piece of information that can cause a big sensation, and it was quickly spread. Everyone knows that Chelong Island is connected to the center of the earth. Later, something happened in the center of the earth, which caused Chelong Island to burst out with very powerful energy, and the entire Saint Profound Star rose sharply. And Chelong Island is shrouded by a powerful barrier, and the Chelong clan on Chelong Island now has become so powerful. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, who had ran away early, encountered a woman in white on the boat. After the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King climbed onto the ship, he smiled bitterly, the crazy emperor and they are all done. This seems to be the disaster you caused, you confidant. What is Chen Zhang's strength now? What is the situation on Chelong Island? Yan Balian asked with a cold face, where did Zillion and Shinru go? You ask me, who am I asking? In short, Chen Shang is very strong now, and the group of Chelong people on Chelong Island is even more unfathomable. Tianma Sword King Tansho said. As for Lang Zillion and Shinru, they only will be stronger. Who is Chen Shang? Why do people who have a good relationship with him become so strong? What kind of cultivation is Zillion now? Fang Balian gritted his teeth, his face was full of jealousy and resentment. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4471, The Rise of the Chelong Clan. I don't know. In short, that little ghost named Chen Shang is not easy. He is probably the Scarlet Dragon Divine Lord. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King Tansho said. Fortunately, I have nothing to do with him. Yan Zillion, this bitch, it's no wonder she will be with Shen Shang. She has made a lot of money. Fang Balian gritted his teeth with anger, grinding his teeth. She didn't believe that Yuan Zillion would be with Shen Shang before, but now she saw such a big change in Chelong Island, plus Chen Shang made it clear that he was the God Lord of Chelong, so she thought that Zillion was from Chen Zhang's place. Got great benefits. For people like Yuan Balian, as long as it is beneficial to her, she can betray everything. What she hates now is, why didn't she rush to hook up with Chen Shang before Yuan Zillion? Oh, there is no way. Shaolian can see that little ghost, there must be something special about him. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed, now it seems that that little ghost is indeed evil. The enchantment of Chelong Island is very strong. Not to mention, he still has something very powerful in his hand. Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare, you do me a favor, I want to meet with Shen Shang alone. Said Yang Balian, as long as I see him, I will be able to take him down, and I will sleep with you for a year. Quote. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was startled, and then smiled. Miss Balian, my Heavenly Nightmare Sword King is not that kind of person. I am upright, not greedy for beauty, and I personally respect Master Shen Shang. Be smart. Huh, what are you pretending? Yu Balian sneered. Don't forget, you were obsessed with me back then. Miss Bai Lian, the past things are over. I am now a person without desires. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said with a calm face and smiled. You want to communicate with Lord Shen. I persuade you to give up. He and you, Zillion has a very good relationship, and I can't wait to cut you 1,000 times, so don't think about it. Chen Shang, wait for me. Yuan Balian glanced at Chelong Island, then drove the boat away. She already knows that Chen Shang is very strong now, if she passes, maybe she will really die there. Both the Mad Emperor and the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King fell into Chen Zhang's hands. Shang Tiangan and a group of powerhouses of the Life Soul 6 clan were also caught by the Chelong clan. With the strength of Bai Lian, she had only died in the past. Chen Shang had also ordered to go down and pay attention to Yuan Balian's. He hoped Yuan Balian could come, but after waiting for a long time, there was no relevant news. After he swallowed Shang Tiangan's cultivation base, both Soul Dao and Fu Dao were upgraded to rank 40, and Ming Dao and Heavenly Dao cultivation bases were both upgraded to rank 30. As for the cultivation of the Demon Way, because the Chelongren constantly conveyed to him through the spatial context, in these days, his cultivation of the Demon Way was also upgraded to the 30th rank. My current 6 cultivation bases should be considered very high. Chen Shang looked at it, very satisfied. Because of his extremely high level of cultivation of the 6 paths, Shang Tiangan didn't have the power to fight back when facing him. There is still a Mad Emperor to swallow. Chen Shang thought for a while, and decided to keep the soul energy of the Mad Emperor to store the amethyst lotus that Zillion gave him. Yu Zillion only said that this may be a soul gift, but did not explain what the situation was. After studying these days from time to time, Chen Shang believes that this is an unawakened soul gift. Although it is not awakened, it has a form, which is an amethyst lotus. Soul Fu can be crystallized, which means that it is a very powerful and special Soul Fu. To awaken this Soul Fu, it must be fed with a large amount of soul power and primordial power. After the Mad Emperor and the few kings were caught by Chen Shang, they were all shouting desperately. Chen Shang now didn't kill them, so they directly extracted their souls and refined them into the amethyst lotus flower. The Mad Emperor of the Heavenly Nightmare tribe, and several princes including the Heavenly Nightmare Fire King, were finally executed by Chen Shang on that Chenjiang High platform, allowing many spies to see with their own eyes. This incident spread quickly among the Heavenly Nightmare tribe, shocking all the Heavenly Nightmare people. Especially those who have stayed on Chelong Island for a period of time, especially the upper clans and royal families, they all know how weak the Chelong people are. However, their Mad Emperor and several princes were caught and executed by the Chelong people, which caused them a lot of shock and fear. You know, for many years they have fought with the Nightmare Orcs, the Mad Emperor and those kings have never lost such a huge loss, but now they have been killed by the natives of Aoshi Universe. If it was going through a great battle, and the Mad Emperor and those king princes died in a violent battle, then it made sense. However, after the Mad Emperor and the few kings fell into the sea, they shouted and screamed as if they were caught by a mouse. The whole process was extremely useless. The times have changed. After hearing the news that the Mad Emperor and those princes were annihilated, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was also sighed and couldn't help but sigh. He is now on his altar. His altar is like a giant sword, floating in the sea. Sword King, Emperor Shao is here. Suddenly a middle-aged man said respectfully to the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Emperor Shao. Alas, Emperor Shao and Emperor Shao, now only Emperor Shao is left. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King murmured to himself, I deal with the two emperors, in order to get their respect, but I have been a grandson for a long time. I didn't expect that the Mad Emperor that scared me would be killed by this kid like Chen Shang and killed like a chicken. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King closed his eyes and couldn't help but recall that he was in the center of Chelong Island. At that time, he saw Yuan Zillion and Shen Shang. Yuan Zillion cared for Chen Shang. At that time, Chen Shang was very weak. However, how long hasn't passed since Chen Shang can actually hang down the Mad Emperor? Even the powerhouse of the 6th clan of Life and Soul Shang Tian Qian did not have a chance to fight, and was killed by Chen Shang. Sword King, Emperor Shao is waiting outside. The middle-aged whispered again. Let him in. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King waved his hand and said. Emperor Shao came in, wearing a white long dress and a white square face. He also looked quite refined. Although he was a middle-aged man, he showed a very old in vicissitudes of life. Emperor Shao, you know everything about the Mad Emperor, right? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King looked very decadent. You look very negative. Are you scared by Chen Shang? Shao Di smiled heartily, it's only Chen Shang, what's to be afraid of? How did the Mad Emperor die, don't you know? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King waved his hand and said, with Chen Zhang's strength, he wants to kill us, it's easy. Sword King, you know too little about this world. Emperor Shao looked indifferently and smiled. How much do you know about your master Heavenly Nightmare Sword God? This really stumped the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. He really knew very little about his master, so he shook his head. Your master is from the universe Divine Sea. Shao Di said. I don't know. In short, the people from that place are extremely powerful. And the power of our altar comes mainly from the universe Divine Sea. So what? Chen Shang is right in front of us. Anyway, I have a good relationship with him now. Don't want to push me to him, or kill me. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King hurriedly placed his hands. It's extremely easy to win Shen Shang, and it's easy to do it, believe it or not. Shao Di smiled with confidence on his face. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4472, Supreme Altar. The Heavenly Night Sword King had a bad feeling. He estimated his own strength. Although he was not as strong as Emperor Shao, he still could escape. Brother Shao Di, it's not that I look down on you, but if you judge based on facts, it will be difficult for you to win Chen Shang. Let's put it this way, you are much better than the Mad Emperor, but you are still a bit worse than the Elder Shang of the 6th clan of Life and Soul. That guy fell into Chen Zhang's hands, and now it should be too bad. Quote. Through this simple analysis, the Heavenly Night Sword King explained why he didn't believe that Emperor Shao could win Shen Shang. Brother Sword King, I didn't say that I would go out to take Shen Shang personally. Shao Di smiled and said with a sly smile. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King saw Emperor Shao's smile, his heart trembled, and he felt a crisis. Brother Shao Di, dumb brother, please advise. Tianma Sword King arched his hands, smiled and said, Brother, I am listening. Brother Sword King, your master made this altar for you, right? Emperor Shao looked around, and he is now inside the altar of the Sword King. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King secretly swallowed. This Emperor Shao was actually hitting his idea of this altar. Yes, the Heavenly Night Sword King can only answer honestly, because many people know this. I need to borrow your altar to use it. Emperor Shao patted the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King on the shoulder, and said, it's up to you to see whether our Heavenly Nightmare human race can rise in Aoshi Universe and whether we can become the overlord of Aoshi Universe. Brother Shao Di, can you elaborate more? The Heavenly Night Sword King was also at a loss. Your master comes from a very mysterious universe of gods. The reason why our altar can connect to the universe of gods is because our Heavenly Nightmare universe was unintentionally selected by the universe of gods, so they taught us to build altars, and we established some kind of a special way of communication. Xiao Di said. I know this. The Heavenly Knight Sword King nodded. My master said it. Your master came from the universe Divine Sea. He mainly observes the Heavenly Nightmare universe. As for why they chose our Heavenly Nightmare universe, I guess it is because we are naturally strong, said Emperor Xiao. Then, what does this have to do with the defeat of Chen Shang? Tianma Sword King asked. Your altar is special. After using your altar to make sacrifices, you can open up a more stable space channel with the Cosmic Divine Sea, and even, you can summon a powerful force to help from the Cosmic Divine Realm on the other side of the Cosmic Divine Sea. Xiao Di said. Is this really okay? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King hesitated and said, I don't want to participate. I really don't think there is anything special about my altar. Brother Sword King, you must make sacrifices. Xiao Di sighed, I only need your altar now. What do you mean? The Heavenly Knight Sword King frowned. My Xiao Emperor altar has been swallowed by the altar that has absorbed multiple princes, and even the Mad Emperor's altar has been swallowed by me. Xiao Di said. What? The Heavenly Knight Sword King exclaimed. Almost all the altars of the kings have been swallowed by me. No, 99% of the altars of the entire Heavenly Nightmare human race have been swallowed by me. The corner of Emperor Xiao's mouth raised and smiled. However, this is all for the whole sky. The rise of the Nightmare race. Then, where is your altar? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King's body was trembling, because he could now gradually feel how terrifying that altar was. Suddenly, the altar of the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare violently shakes. Go, I'll take you to see my altar. Emperor Xiao grabbed the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, left the Sword King altar, went outside, and then boarded a small flying boat. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was dumbfounded in the air. The altar of Emperor Xiao has now become extremely huge, slowly rising from the bottom of the sea, like an entire continent. At this time, another small flying boat came slowly, and there was a woman in white fluttering standing on it. She was cold and charming, and she was a little bit charming. This woman is Yan Balian. She leapt gently and came to the side of Emperor Xiao, and then fell into the arms of Emperor Xiao. The two were very close, and she saw the Sword King cursing in his heart. Brother Xiao Di, your supreme altar is finally over. Yan Balian stared affectionately at Xiao Di with her charming eyes. Bai Lian, thanks to you for helping me get so many big and small altar masters. Xiao Di laughed, and then patted Bai Lian's butt, making her smile tremblingly. Brother Xiao Di, let me go to this altar. That is the most important thing my master has left me, and it is the only bridge between me and master. Sword King Tianmao's eyes were full of pleading. Brother Sword King, I'm afraid this won't work. Your Sword King altar is extremely important. Emperor Xiao said. Only by devouring your altar, my Heavenly Nightmare's supreme altar can be successful. You can be wronged. No, the Heavenly Knight Sword King was very determined, and his voice became louder. No, then go to death. Xiao Di smiled coldly. Brother Sword King, don't give it away if you leave. Bai Lian sneered. In the blink of an eye, Emperor Xiao and Bai Lian made a shot at the same time. Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare suddenly appeared in front of several giant swords formed by Yuan Li, forming a large shield of sword formation, covering himself. Boom! Numerous giant swords suddenly erupted from the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Thousands of swords flew around, and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King is now nowhere to be seen. He has turned into a sword and fled in the chaos. Brother Xiao Di, he ran away. Bai Lian sighed softly. Unfortunately, he is missing this sacrifice. It doesn't matter, there are so many sacrifices. Those large and small altar masters, as well as a large number of royal clansmen and high clans, are all high-quality sacrifices. Emperor Xiao smiled indifferently. Bai Lian, when things are done, I won't treat you badly. Brother Xiao Di, I have only one request at that time. I want Chen Shang to be my little male favorite. Said Yu Balian. As for Chelong Island and the center of the earth, I am not interested. You only need Chen Shang. You have been lurking in the Sixth Fate and Soul for many years, helping me to find out many secrets about the universe and gods, and let me know how to build the supreme altar. I should share all the gains with you. Xiao Di said. You know that I'm such a man, and Chen Shang is the son of evil chaos. I really want to taste him. Bai Lian smiled. Let's do it with you. Xiao Di said. Chen Shang is just a puppet pushed to the front of the stage. The forces behind him are hidden in the center of the earth under Chelong Island, and that is the most important thing to me. Really, what kind of power is behind Chen Shang? Yuan Balian was a little curious. Behind him are naturally the ancestors who created the Aoshi universe. They hold the secrets of the Aoshi universe, and they influence the laws of the Aoshi universe. As long as I go to the center of the earth under Chalong Island, I can control the Aoshi universe. Emperor Shao's eyes were piercing, staring in the direction of Chalong Island. After the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King turned into a sword and escaped, he burned his soul at the fastest speed and flew to Chalong Island. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4473, Sword King Report. www.xbiq.so. Chen Shang was on Chalong Island, waiting for Shang Tiangan to get a good rest, and then learn more about the situation outside Saint Profound Star and the general situation of the Six Clan of Life and Soul. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was worried that he would be killed by Emperor Shao and Zillion. He had to burn his soul and gain more powerful energy to drive himself to flee quickly. Because of this, he soon came outside Chalong Island and was discovered by Chalong people who were patrolling and guarding sentry. Chen Shang suddenly received news from the patrolling Chalong people. He did not directly let the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King in. Instead, he went out by himself to an island and sky outside, just like seeing the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King. Meet the Nightmare Thunder King. When he saw the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, he only felt that this man had suddenly grown older and became very haggard. He was quite handsome at first, but now he looks like a decadent old man. Sword King, why did you become like this? Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King said with a smile, seeming to be sarcastic about Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Stop talking. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King waved his hand, then looked at Chen Shang and said, Master Shen, you are in big trouble. You are the one who is in big trouble, right? Said the Thunder King of Nightmare, you are like running for your life like this. At the beginning, the Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare was the same. He came to Chen Shang as if he was escaping for his life, but he couldn't understand that the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare, who had a source between the Mad Emperor and Emperor Shao, had fallen to this point. You know, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King has a very powerful master, and now he has been chased and killed like this. What do you want to see me? Chen Shang asked. Master Shen, I didn't come to you to take me in. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed. Even if you take me in, I won't stay on Chalong Island, because Chalong Island will soon be over. Sword King, are you cursing Master Shen? The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King patted the Sword King on the shoulder, and said, look at how you are now, your mental state is not very good, are you brain damaged? Emperor Shao did it to me, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Emperor Shao used his own altar to devour a large number of altars. And my altar, including your Thunder King altar, was swallowed by Emperor Shao. Up. What, is this true? This **** thing, devouring my altar, has he got my consent? The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare jumped into thunder and scolded. It's true, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, he should have swallowed the Mad Emperor's altar too. He cooperated with Yan Balian to coax many altar masters to offer their own altars. Why is he devouring so many altars? Chen Shang also realized that Emperor Shao was going to do big things. His current altar is very huge, maybe it's bigger than the entire Chalong Island. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed. He said that to create a supreme altar, he must summon something from the cosmic divine sea. Chen Shang looked at the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, and saw that he shook his head and said, Master Shen, I don't know what's going on. Emperor Shao's altar should have the ability to swallow and fuse, otherwise it will not swallow someone else's altar, and then it can become a huge altar. Chen Shang said. Maybe Emperor Shao has been planning for many years, what? At this time, Chen Shang asked Guan Yanchao secretly, he didn't know what was going on. After all, Guan Yanchao has been sealed for millions of years, and he doesn't know many secrets of the six life souls. This is why Chen Shang keeps Shang Tianqin, because Shang Tianqin's substitute knows better than Guan Yanchao. Many. They said that my master, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God, came from the cosmic divine sea, and my altar was made by my master, which is very important for them. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said, I even suspect that they want to use me. Come as a sacrifice. The supreme altar of Emperor Shao's has become very big now, so if it is to be opened, a large number of sacrifices will be required, which means that countless lives will die on the altar. The Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King frowned. What are you going to use as a sacrifice? Of course it is human life, said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. A large number of Heavenly Nightmare people will become sacrifices. No, I must stop him. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare said angrily, why should he take our Heavenly Nightmare people as a sacrifice? How do you stop? Can you beat them? Who will believe your words? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King shook his head and said, let's leave Saint Profound Star, it will be over soon. Spread the news out and tell the Heavenly Nightmare not to go to his supreme altar. Chen Shang said, this is somewhat useful. It's no play. His supreme altar has already entered many Heavenly Nightmare people, and all the ancestors and royals will eventually become sacrifices. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King said, I guess that at least tens of billions of people have become sacrifices. Product. I have 1 billion troops in the Thunder Palace, and they will all become sacrifices. Thinking of this, the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King became even more irritable. What can you do? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed. The truth is so cruel, you have no way to stop him. Does the Fate Soul 6 clan know about this? Chen Shang asked, does the Fate Soul 6 clan participate in this matter? I don't know. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King shook his head, but I think that with Emperor Shao's character, if he was to do things for the 6th clan of Life Soul, he would never work so hard, he should do things for himself. The outside of Saint Profound Star is chaotic, are you sure you want to leave Saint Profound Star? And once you leave, it may be difficult to come back again. Chen Shang said. What happened outside Saint Profound Star? Isn't it a vast universe outside of this star? What's there to be afraid of? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King couldn't understand, and said, anyway, I'm ready enough. Many heavenly source crystals can make my shuttle fly out of Saint Profound Star. It's up to you, Chen Shang said, take care. Master Shen, can you answer me a question? Said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. I came here to tell you about Emperor Shao, I just hope you can answer me a question. Say it, Chen Shang said, I will answer you as much as possible. Are there any behind-the-scenes forces behind you? Asked the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King, because no matter it is the Fate Soul 6 races or Emperor Shao, they all agree that you are just a puppet. Behind you, there is a huge mystery. Power. No, Chen Shang only answered 2 words. Well, I believe you. So, Xiao Lian is indeed with you because of your personal ability. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King sighed up to the sky, I'm so heartbroken. I'm so lonely, I'm so failed. Quote. Chen Shang and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King glanced at each other, only to feel very speechless. Okay, I'm gone, there will be some time later. I will definitely find my destination outside Saint Profound Star. I will have a better future outside Saint Profound Star. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled freely, and you and Emperor Shao are here, and you will eventually go to self-destruction. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King suddenly took out a small sword, shook it in front of Chen Shang, and said, this is what my master gave me. From the universe of God, do you want it? Make a price. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4474, Mystery of Shanghai. Chen Shang didn't want it, but saw that there were many mysterious runes on this small sword. These runes gave him a familiar feeling, and he immediately thought of the seal of the clan king. He got the things his father Shen Tianyu left behind in the Shen family. Among them was the seal of the clan king. The print on it could break the evil spirits, but for him, it was almost useless. When he remembered it, he would take out the seal of the clan king to take a look, and then put it in the 6 mirrors. Sister Xiaojing couldn't study the seal of the clan king, so she didn't care much, and she always felt that it was of little use. However, now, Chen Shang saw that the rune pattern on the small sword in the hand of the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare was very similar to the seal of the Shen family king. It could be said that they were of the same style. At the moment, I can be sure that the seal of the clan king is very likely to be the same. The universe ****** C is related. You guy, you came here so desperately, mainly to want to shoot your sword, right? Chen Shang laughed. Not bad. I have studied this sword for many years, and it doesn't do much to me. But, the Heavenly Night Sword King laughed and said, it should have a great effect on you, maybe it can save your life. How to say? Chen Shang was not in a hurry to discuss the price. This is something from the divine sea of the universe, and when Emperor Shao opens that altar next, the power he gains will definitely come from the divine sea of the universe. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King smiled. If you have something from the divine sea of the universe in your hand, then might be of great help to you. How do you plan to sell? Chen Shang asked. I want Heavenly Source Crystal. Said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. You have been to the center of the earth under Chelong Island. You should have obtained a lot of Heavenly Source Crystals. I don't have Tianyuan Jing. Chen Shang took out a box, then took out 5 golden beads, and said, "This is Tianyuan Jingdan, you are a person who knows goods, you should know the value of these Tianyuan Jingdan." Quote. The Heavenly Knight Sword King immediately took one, checked it carefully, and then was full of ecstasy, and said, "Go, go, I will accept these 5 heavenly origin crystal pills, this sword is for you." Tianyuan crystal pill is made by Shen Shang through the Aoshi Shen furnace, absorbing the energy of the Tianyuan crystal sent by Shen Yuanxin. It contains a lot of Tianyuan crystal energy, and the quality is extremely high. Chen Shang took the sword. He doesn't know what it is for now. In short, it comes from the cosmic divine sea and has great research value. Goodbye. The Sky Knight Sword King smiled and said, "I want to escape from this ghost place, and go to sanctuary and happy." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King is gone, he left with a very free and easy way, with a bright smile. Chen Shang returned to Chelong Island with the Heavenly Night Thunder King. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare is also very sad now. He can only practice hard to improve his strength. He knows that the development of Aoshi Universe Sanctuary will be different from what they expected. Before they came, the Tianmao human race and the Tianmao orc race, they all agreed that the humans in the sanctuary were like ants, and they were completely ignored. Don't know, the tens of thousands of fighters of the Chelong tribe are enough to kill the Heavenly Nightmare orcs and the Heavenly Nightmare humans. The Thunder King of Heavenly Nightmare soon figured out that Aoshi Universe has only been 100,000 years since its creation, but in all aspects it has far surpassed many large universes that have existed for billions and tens of billions of years. So in Aoshi Universe, they will grow very fast in the future. Chen Shang went back to his tree hole and studied the little sword of the universe. "Little master, I have a good rest." Shang Tiangan in the 6th Dao Shenjing shouted loudly, he couldn't wait to show his worth. "Shang Tian, have you heard of the universe Shanhai?" Chen Shang asked. "I've heard of it. The existence of the universe divine sea was only noticed by the 6 Fate soul races 100,000 years ago." Speaking of the universe divine sea, Shang Tianchen immediately became vigorous. "We perceive that all universes fluctuate at the same time, and then we start to study and find that every universe is like a grain of sand and dust, floating in the vast sea of cosmos. Have you ever come into contact with the creatures of the universe, Shanhai?" Chen Shang asked. "We have communicated with them." Shang Tiangan said. "They are very arrogant, how should I put it? Although they are not very contemptuous of us, they give us the feeling that we are not in our eyes, how we are strong, but they disagree." Chen Shang told Shang Tiangan about the supreme altar that Emperor Shao had made. This ***** bastard, actually secretly doing this kind of thing behind us. Shang Tiangan was furious after listening. "Do you know what he is going to do?" Chen Shang asked. "Of course I know, they want to have close contact with the universe Shanhai." Shang Tiangan said. "The universe Shanhai, tell us that if we want to get more inheritance from them, we first need to prove ourselves. After the altar is really opened, what benefits will the universe Shanhai bring to Emperor Shao?" Chen Shang realized that there was a crisis after all. "I don't know, no one knows." Shang Tiangan said. "The Emperor Shao should also be gambling. In short, if he can get close to the universe divine sea, he will get some benefits." Chen Shang is very annoying now. He originally planned to leave Saint Profound Star and go out to find Heavenly Mother Saint Wilderness. But now, Emperor Shao's supreme altar poses a great threat to him. By telling Tian Qian, Chen Shang is now also sure that what the Heavenly Knight Sword King said is true. "Little master, you can act now. Go and see the supreme altar. Stop them if you have the opportunity." Shang Tianchen said, "If you can't stop it, plan for the worst." The worst plan. Chen Shang also decided to set off. The power of the universe divine sea must be very strong. If Shang Tianqian really gains support from the universe divine sea, then you can only avoid him temporarily and don't fall into his hands. Shang Tiangan said. "The power of the cosmic divine sea is very mysterious and terrifying, and you are not enough to fight them right now." Chen Shang immediately left Chelong Island, took the 6 magic mirrors, and flew through the space above the Kanglan Sea. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King also told Chen Zhang's location before, so Chen Shang also knew where the supreme altar was. The supreme altar is so huge, as long as there is one direction, plus the ability to fly high in the sky, it must be easy to find. Flying in the air, Chen Shang saw a large number of giant monsters in the sea, all swimming in one direction. Are these guys going to serve as sacrifices? Are they attracted by something, so they all rush to the supreme altar? Chen Shang looked at the densely packed huge monsters, and his anxiety became stronger and stronger. Now, even the large number of giant beasts surrounding Chelong Island stopped their attacks and swam towards that huge supreme altar. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4475, Shanghai Evil Power. Shen Shang saw so many giant beasts on the way, and their spirits seemed to be manipulated, and he kept swimming to the supreme altar. Are these giant monsters going to be sacrifices? Or else? Chen Shang had learned before that there were a large number of heavenly nightmare in the supreme altar, and they should be the best sacrifices. And if these monsters are used as sacrifices, they may also affect the quality of human sacrifices. Chen Shang suddenly suspected that these giant monsters were controlled by the supreme altar. If the supreme altar is turned on, what they will get from the universe divine sea can make the monster stronger, plus they can control the monster, the consequences are unimaginable. Chen Shang suddenly thought of this. These monsters are already very strong now. If Chelong Island's defenses were not strong enough, they would have broken the defenses long ago. Sister Mirror, can you kill most of them with 6 magic mirrors? Chen Shang just wanted to take advantage of the present and try to kill some of them as much as possible. It can be, but it is impossible to destroy all the giant monsters. Sister Xiao Jing said, the part of us destroyed is pitiful compared to the entire Kanglan Sea. Chen Shang immediately contacted the Chelong Patriarch and asked him to lead all the Chelong people who could fight out and kill as many giant monsters as possible. The 6 sacred mirrors began to grow larger, floating in the high air like covering the sky and obscuring the sun, like a continent, bursting with dazzling golden light. The 6 magic mirrors also released a picture of the proud world, countless magnificent mountains and rivers, turning into phantoms and falling from the sky, attacking the group of giant monsters on a large scale. Most of the energy released by the Universe Heart Palace is hidden in the Kanglan Sea. And the sister of the little mirror in the 6 gods mirror received the Tianyuan seed crystal from Shen Yuanxin, so the 6 gods mirror can now absorb the energy of the Tianyuan crystal from the Kanglan Sea. Chen Shang also contacted Shen Yuanxin and asked her to help him as much as possible this time, to destroy enough giant monsters. Daddy, what happened? Of course I will help Daddy, but I want to know the specific situation. Shen Yuanxin was also very anxious, and said, did something big happen? Shen Shang immediately told Shen Yuanxin about the supreme altar. Not good. If he succeeds, the consequences will be very serious. After Shen Yuanxin learned of the supreme altar, she also knew that the matter was serious. Daddy, we definitely can't stop it now, we can only prepare for the worst. Xiao Yuanxin, how do you think about this? Chen Shang said, that guy, should he get his power from the cosmic divine sea, or something? The power of the universe divine sea is also very complicated. The power I obtain from the universe divine sea is pure power that has been filtered and refined. Shen Yuanxin said, and I have gone through a very complicated process to obtain the universe God. The power of the sea, and the power he obtained through sacrifices with a large number of human lives, will definitely be very evil. Chen Shang thought of the heavenly nightmare sword god. It seems that he came from the cosmic divine sea, and who helped build the heavenly nightmare altar. Can they use the altar to obtain the power of sacrifice from the cosmic divine sea? Zuying had contacted the heavenly nightmare sword god, but Chen Shang could not contact Zuying now, nor could he figure out the situation at the time. Next, Shen Yuanxin and Chen Shang joined forces to enhance Chen Zhang's 6 magic mirrors and the proud world landscape, making Chen Shang a big killer. Killing those giant monsters has a lot of soul energy, but Chen Shang can't absorb that much now, so he can only introduce it into the amethyst lotus. To his surprise, the amethyst lotus has a strong absorption capacity, and it can quickly absorb so much soul energy, not to mention, it can still eat it. This means that amethyst lotus has extremely high potential. On the other side, the Chelong Patriarch led the Chelong people. In another area, they were also killing them. They killed a large number of giant monsters, and Chen Shang could obtain the weak energy sent from the spatial context. The energy transferred from the spatial context is stored in the double soul sea. He found that the double soul sea now seems to be very hungry, greedily absorbing this energy. You can't kill it. There are too many of these things. Chen Shang can only kill a giant monster in one position now. In other directions, there are many giant monsters swimming towards the supreme altar, which can't be stopped at all. Shen Shang had also thought about suspending the 6 divine mirrors on the supreme altar, but he gave up later because Shen Yuanxin told him that there was a strong energy fluctuation above the sea of blue water. The 6 sacred mirrors are very strong, but the supreme altar is now stronger. The 6 sacred mirrors used to fight against it, and it is very likely that they will be hit hard. Chen Shang cannot allow the 6 Dao mirror to be damaged at this important juncture, because he has many enemies, and he has to fight against the 6 life soul races and the lurking life soul palace. In the face of these powerful enemies, Chen Shang must step by step. If the Saint Profound Star loses, he will also need the power of 6 divine mirrors to go to the Heavenly Mother Sacred Wilderness in the future, so he cannot take this kind of risk now, otherwise he will lose all. The 6 sacred mirrors became very huge, and Chen Shang stood on the 6 sacred mirrors, looking ahead. The sky is getting dark, but the position of the supreme altar is braving a strong white light. Chen Shang is still far away from the supreme altar, but he can still feel the terrifying power. The blue sea has begun to surge, and waves continue to hit. Even the giant monsters swimming in the sea, many of them are swept away by the huge waves. It has started. Chen Zhang's heart trembled slightly at this moment, because the power of the supreme altar was really terrifying. Daddy, I must be closed now. I want to preserve the universe heart palace, so that they cannot perceive it. Shen Yuanxin felt it too, and immediately sent a message to Chen Shang. Xiao Yuanxin, you must hide well. Don't worry, I will be fine. Chen Shang said. Daddy, come to the universe heart palace too. Stay here with me for a period of time, at most tens of thousands of years. Shen Yuanxin persuaded. No, I still have a lot to do outside. Chen Shang refused, sighing. Xiao Yuanxin, can we still contact us in the future? Not in the short term. If I think it is possible, I will definitely contact Ada. Shen Yuanxin was also very reluctant. Xiao Yuanxin, we will have a period later, we father and daughter, we will definitely be able to meet again. Shen Shang said goodbye to Shen Yuanxin through the 6 mirrors. Daddy, if you are really in trouble, I will try my best to save you. The premise is that you must ask me for help. Shen Yuanxin is also very worried about Chen Shang now. Got it, even if I don't contact you, Sister Jing will ask you for help. Chen Shang laughed. Daddy, let's see you. After Shen Yuanxin said, she immediately closed herself up. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4476, Meet the Golden Wolf King again. No one else knows about the Universe Heart House. Chen Shang believes that no one knows about the existence of the Universe Heart House. Aoshi Universe will have a Cosmic Heart House and Cosmic Origin Heart, which is very likely to be a special case. Fate Soul 6 Clan, until now, I haven't understood what happened under Chelong Island, and only thought that there was a Heavenly Origin Crystal Soul Mother or something. Xiao Yuanxin, we will definitely be able to meet again. Chen Shang was also quite worried about Shen Yuanxin. Because once Shen Yuanxin is exposed, he will definitely become a target. After all, the existence of the universe Yuanxin is never known to the 6 clan of life and soul. The Fate and Soul 6 races have destroyed many universes and have been exploring the secrets of each universe, but in the end they only discovered that each universe is similar. Now that Aoshi universe shows something unique, so the 6 Fate and Soul races have become very minded, trying to figure out what is different. Chen Shang took out the talisman and contacted the Chelong Patriarch, saying, Patriarch, you can retreat. Return to Chelong Island as quickly as possible. Yes. The Chelong Patriarch immediately gave an order and all retreated. The Chelong clan is so strong now, but they also feel the pressure when facing the power that erupts from the Supreme Altar. Chen Shang knows very well that if it continues, once something breaks out from the Supreme Altar, the Chelong people will definitely be unable to stop it, and will only be taken away by a wave in the end. The Saint Profound Star is not peaceful inside and outside. Chen Shang looked at the dark deep sky. Although he knew that the outside environment was very complicated, the sudden appearance of Saint Profound Star made him unable to let it go. The 6 divine mirrors gradually became smaller, and they had stopped attacking those giant monsters. Without Shen Yuanxin's strength support, the 6 Dao mirror now dare not consume too much energy. The Saint Profound Star still has a large amount of sky source crystal energy remaining, and Shen Yuanxin will not continue to release it for a period of time. Chen Shang has to save a little bit and store more in the 6 divine mirrors. It seems that you can't stop it. Saint Profound Star is really changeable. No, the entire Aoshi universe has changed a lot. Chen Shang can only accept this kind of change now, involving the huge changes of the entire universe. He is indeed powerless to stop. Brother, there should be a lot of heavenly nightmare people. I don't know what will happen to the heavenly nightmare human race after they are sacrificed. Little Mirror said. The supreme altar is opened, and a large number of heavenly nightmare people must be sacrificed. What benefits will it bring to the heavenly nightmare human race? It's all a group of victims. Chen Shang shook his head and sighed. I don't know what will happen after the supreme altar is opened. The power released by the supreme altar is getting stronger and stronger, and Chen Shang is more and more flustered. Brother, let's go, Sister Xiaojing said. Go back to Chelong Island. Well, let's go back. Chen Shang immediately rode on the 6 magic mirrors and quickly returned to Chelong Island. Chen Shang returned to Chelong Island earlier than the Chelong Patriarch. When he returned, he felt that the whole Chelong Island was not right. No, Chelong Island is locked by something. Chen Zhang's expression changed suddenly, and he immediately contacted the Chelong Patriarch with a messenger, and said, Patriarch, you hurry to fly to the other side of the land, Chelong Island is in danger. Quote. But there are other people on Chelong Island. The Chelong Patriarch was also panicked. Chen Shang said that Chelong Island is dangerous, and it must be dangerous. The enchantment of Chelong Island is still there, but Chen Shang is worried that Chelong Island will not be able to hold it. After all, Shen Yuanxin is now in a state of hiding in order to keep her from outputting energy. Leave it to me, Chen Shang said. You go to the land beyond the sea immediately. Shen Shang really did not expect that Chelong Island had only become stronger, and it was also regarded as the holy land of Saint Profound Star, but now he is facing such a situation. After returning to Chelong Island, Chen Shang immediately transferred the tens of thousands of Chelongren left on the island to a space in the 6 divine mirrors, and then immediately went to rendezvous with the Chelong Patriarch. After half a day of tossing, after Chen Shang saw the Chelong Patriarch and them, he took them to Kanglin Prefecture, and then let the Chelong clan go to Dakan Gate. Kanglin Prefecture now has a lot of heavenly nightmare people. The power structure here has already undergone earth-shaking changes, and the heavenly nightmare people dominate this Kanglin Prefecture. And in the near future, maybe it will change again. Chen Shang passed through the 6 divine mirrors and used the power of the space Yuanju to shuttle through space. He soon came to the vicinity of Chelong Island. He wanted to see what would happen in the end. Chelong Island seems to be locked by a strong consciousness from the Supreme Altar. Chen Shang suspects that this is the power of Emperor Shao. This guy has such a strong obsession with Chelong Island. What is it for? Does he know what lies under Chelong Island? Chen Shang was a little worried about Shen Yuanxin, his precious daughter. He doesn't fight Xiaodi now, but he has to watch it here. If Shen Yuanxin is really in danger, he will definitely fight for his life. Chen Shang kept a distance from Chelong Island to avoid being perceived, and he was also well hidden on the 6 gods mirror, waiting for Emperor Shao's action on Chelong Island. At this moment, he suddenly sensed a familiar aura. This is not his acquaintance. I saw a burly man with golden light all over his body and a big golden tail on his back flying over. Shen Shang was shocked immediately. This brawny man is the Golden Wolf King of the Nightmare Orcs. Chen Shang has been dealing with the heavenly nightmare human race all this time, although he occasionally gets to know the heavenly nightmare orcs, but there is nothing worthy of his attention. Now the Golden Wolf King who suddenly appeared on Chelong Island really frightened Chen Shang. First of all, the Golden Wolf King can fly, and he is not a flying beast, so he can fly in the flesh. Secondly, the powerful aura of the Golden Wolf King made Chen Shang feel that his strength can be comparable to Xiezan. Why did the Golden Wolf King suddenly become so powerful? Chen Shang and the 6 gods mirror were already invisible in the air, but the Golden Wolf King seemed to be looking for something here. Is he looking for me? Chen Shang took a deep breath and let himself into a deep state of concealment. The power of Chen Shang is just unable to fight against that powerful supernatural power, such as the Supreme Altar, which was opened by the sacrifice of tens of billions of nightmare talents. That energy is extremely terrifying, and Chen Shang really can't help it. Although the Golden Wolf King became stronger, Chen Shang was not too afraid of him, but was shocked by the sudden strengthening of the Golden Wolf King. Young Master Shen, I know you are nearby. The Golden Wolf King was suspended in the air, and suddenly said, I am here without malicious intent. On the contrary, I have very important things to discuss with you. Please show up and talk. Chen Shang did not answer. He wanted to know what the other party was looking for. Master Shen, I came to you sincerely. What we are going to talk about is about Emperor Shao's ambition," said the Golden Wolf King. Chen Shang also appeared. He sat on the six-way magic mirror and floated in front of the Golden Wolf King. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4477, Beasts. The Golden Wolf King. No, you should not be the Golden Wolf King. How could the Lord of the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs be so strong? Chen Shang laughed. Master Shen, you took the original Heavenly Nightmare Little Life Soul, right? You were at the scene, and the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King and I treated you as a little boy. I really missed you, Golden Wolf King. He also smiled and said, you really have the ability to take away the Heavenly Nightmare Little Life Soul under our noses. Sorry, Heavenly Nightmare Little Life Soul voluntarily followed me. I can't return it to you now. Chen Shang said. It's okay. Our Heavenly Nightmare Orcs came from the Heavenly Nightmare Universe, and the Nightmare Little Life Soul will be treated as our present to you when we came to our world universe. The Golden Wolf King laughed. After all, Lord Shen is the master of our world universe. It is reasonable to give you the little life soul of Heavenly Nightmare. Oh, I am the master of Aoshi Universe. Sir Wolf King, why do you think so? Chen Shang touched his nose and smiled. Do I look like the master of Aoshi Universe? Aoshi Universe was born because of you. Even if you can't control the entire Our World Universe now, you are also the father of the Our World Universe. The Golden Wolf King smiled heartily. We are still more courteous. After entering the Our World Universe, I have always been looking for people who are connected with the birth of this universe. How did you find me? Chen Shang asked curiously. It was pointed by an expert named Huang Jintian, said the Golden Wolf King. Huang Jintian, an expert. Chen Shang only felt that Huang Jintian was pretending to be a ghost again, and suddenly felt a little funny. The father of the Aoshi Universe, the master of the Aoshi Universe, dare not be, dare not be. Chen Shang waved his hand, and smiled modestly, I'm just an alchemist. Shen Gongzi, you are really different. The dog thieves of the 6th clan of Life and Soul can't wait to make everyone think that the Aoshi Universe was created by them, but you directly deny it. Admire and admire it. The Golden Wolf King bowed to Chen Shang, handed over and smiled. I didn't find the wrong person. You're not the Golden Wolf King. Chen Shang said. I don't believe that the King of the Nightmare Orcs is so strong. If it is so strong, you would have beaten the Nightmare Humans to your knees long ago. Or, you suddenly become so strong. I am the Golden Wolf King, but I have another identity. The Golden Wolf King chuckled and said, but I like the Golden Wolf King the most. Just treat me as the Golden Wolf King. Then you should be the true leader of the Heavenly Nightmare Orcs. Chen Shang said, you hide so well. Forget it, I didn't want to care about so many things, but I had to do it. The Golden Wolf King laughed. Lord Wolf King, I want to ask you about someone. She may belong to your orc clan. Chen Shang said, I hope you can help me find this person. Talk about it. The Golden Wolf King was not in a hurry to talk about Emperor Shao, but was very interested in the person Chen Shang was looking for. An old woman who makes alchemy. Chen Shang said. Yuan Zillion previously refined that special pill with the help of an old woman, and the pill and medicinal materials have a lot to do with Yuan Balian. This was what Yan Zillion told Chen Shang at the beginning, and Chen Shang suddenly thought of this when he saw the Golden Wolf King. Chen Shang wondered what the old woman had to do with Bai Lian. This old woman often comes into contact with King Heavenly Nightmare Pill, and I know this person too. She is indeed from my Heavenly Nightmare Orc race, said the Golden Wolf King. Well, she is not very good at personality, and very bloodthirsty. Anyway, she among my orcs, word of mouth is extremely bad. I'm looking for her, Chen Shang said. This old woman has a relationship with Yuan Balian, and she should have secretly joined forces with Yuan Balian, so that Yuan Zillion could refine that pill. I will take you to find her. After the Golden Wolf King finished speaking, he looked at the Supreme Altar and sighed, Emperor Shao will become very strong. Your Excellency Wolf King, aren't you also very strong? Chen Shang smiled. Your current state is very surprising to me. Is this your clone? Where is your deity? This is not my clone. My deity is far away from here, and I hide it well, because Emperor Shao will definitely come to me when he becomes stronger, said the Golden Wolf King. Oh, isn't this your clone? Did you attach your consciousness to the body of the Golden Wolf King? Chen Shang asked in surprise. No, this is the incarnation of my divine consciousness. My name is 100 Beasts, and I have 100 groups of souls, and each group of souls can transform into different orcs. The Golden Wolf King laughed. However, this is also very powerful for Chen Shang. 100 groups of souls, how did they cultivate this? Chen Shang was also inspired by this, whether he wants to cultivate a little more soul, each group is very strong, and can be combined. Let's talk about business. The Golden Wolf King said with a serious face, Master Shen, Emperor Shao will become very strong. I can't fight him alone. You and I must join forces. How are we going to join forces? Chen Shang said, my current strength is not considered strong, but the strength of Emperor Shao is unknown. We really don't know how strong Emperor Shao is now. However, he is alone, no matter how strong, there is a limit. Golden Wolf King said, especially since he just nirvana, we must be at his weakest. Time to shoot. Kill him. Chen Shang frowned and asked. No, it's indestructible, we have to delay him and give us more time. The Golden Wolf King's eyes suddenly showed a trace of despair, and he sighed, we must join hands, otherwise he will continue to grow. After that, we will definitely control the 6 Fate and Soul races, and we will have no chance at that time. What, can he pose a threat to the 6 Soul clan? Chen Shang was a little surprised. In his opinion, the 6 Soul clan is still very strong, especially in the 6 Soul Palace, there must be many unfathomable veterans. Yes, at that time, the 6th clan of Life and Soul can't help him. The Golden Wolf King patted Chen Shang on the shoulder, and said, the Emperor Shao has great ambitions. He waited for many years on this day, and now he is finally about to succeed. Quote. Then you guys for so many years, why didn't you stop him? Chen Shang said, you should be able to stop him. Our Heavenly Nightmare orcs have limited strength. They have been fighting against the Heavenly Nightmare humans for many years, while being infiltrated by the 6 Souls of Life. Said the Golden Wolf King, the plan of the Supreme Altar was originally planned by the 6 Souls Palace, but this plan was somehow completed by Emperor Shao himself. So, is the guy in the 6 Soul Palace doing nothing? Chen Shang only felt weird, and shouted, this shouldn't be. How could the 6 Soul Palace watch the dog like Emperor Shao steal such a good thing? What? There is a guy named Xie Zan in the 6 Soul Palace. But, I heard that he was seriously injured. And there are several powerful men in the 6 Soul Palace. They were hit by Emperor Shao in an ambush as soon as they arrived from God's domain. Wang said, the 6 Fate Souls have made a mistake. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4478, Pure and Crazy Power. Chen Shang was deeply shocked. He was a little bit puzzled before, why the 6 clan of Life and Soul would turn a blind eye to such a large-scale movement of Emperor Shao. He also thinks that the 6 Fate Soul races are very likely to also participate. What kind of cooperation has been reached with Emperor Shao, or that Emperor Shao is controlled by the 6 Fate Soul races? And now the King of Golden Wolf tells him that Emperor Shao has overshadowed the 6 Fate of Souls. It's true that Xie Zan was injured by me. Chen Shang sighed, is it because I injured Xie Zan that made Emperor Shao's plan to succeed? Young Master Shen was injured by Xie Zan. Then I have to look at young Master Shen's strength again. The Golden Wolf King was surprised. I'm just lucky. I took advantage of the right time and place. Chen Shang waved his hand and said, I didn't expect to hurt Xie Zan, there would be such a result. Master Shen doesn't have to blame himself. Said the Golden Wolf King. Although Emperor Shao has been cooperating with the 6 Fate and Soul clan, he himself hides extremely deeply. Even if you didn't hurt Xie Zan, he would find a way to deal with the evil. Zan, then complete his plan. Chen Shang had already killed the Mad Emperor, so he thought that Emperor Shao's strength should be that way, but now listening to the Golden Wolf King say that, then Emperor Shao's strength is indeed much stronger than he thought. The crazy emperor fell into my hands. How much is the difference between the strength of the crazy emperor and the Shao emperor? Chen Shang asked. This. The Golden Wolf King naturally knew that Chen Shang had taken the Mad Emperor, but he felt a little embarrassed to hear Chen Shang talk about it in such a light and breezy way. After all, the Mad Emperor is also regarded as the old opponent of the Golden Wolf King. They have fought for many years, but now they are lonely in this way. The Emperor Shao's strength is deeply hidden. What method should he use to cooperate with the universe Shanghai? The Golden Wolf King said. What about you? Chen Shang asked. Are you better than Emperor Shao? Do you cooperate with the universe Shanghai? In Shen Zhang's view, this Golden Wolf King is also very strong. The king of the Heavenly Nightmare Orc clan was shaped by the spirit of the Golden Wolf King's body. I haven't beaten him, I don't know. Golden Wolf King shook his head and smiled. As for me and the universe Divine Sea, That was a matter of many years ago. There was a time when we did pair up with the universe divine C. Go online, but then somehow, the connection was all disconnected. The universe Shanghai has contacted you. Whom with whom? Chen Shang asked. Me, Mad Emperor, Emperor Shao, and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Said the Golden Wolf King. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King's master is still from the universe divine sea. Where are the other princes? Chen Shang asked again. Did they contact the universe Shanghai? I don't know, even if there is, they may keep it secret. The Golden Wolf King sighed. This is something that happened many years ago. It is through that time that I have a new understanding, so I have the present strength. I have also been in contact with the cosmic divine sea. Why is the strength of the Mad Emperor so strong? The Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare is not much stronger. Chen Shang was very puzzled about this, and said, especially the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare, he is too weakness. The Golden Wolf King is a bit speechless, because in his eyes, the Mad Emperor and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King are not weak. Master Shen, we must work together to suppress the momentum of Emperor Shao. This is of great benefit to you and me. The Golden Wolf King said. If our plan is successful, Emperor Shao will be suppressed by us, and Life Soul 6, the 6th Soul Palace of the clan, will send people to come later, and we will be much easier. Will the 6th Soul Palace suppress Emperor Shao by then? Or, will they join forces? Chen Shang said, if they unite, it will be bad for us. Now we can only count as one step. If we do nothing and let Emperor Shao grow infinitely, then we have no room to resist. The Golden Wolf King said. Chen Shang knows that in the sanctuary, there is still a force that can fight against Emperor Shao in the future, and that is the Tianmu soul race of Tianmu Shengwang. The heyday of the Heavenly Mother soul race was able to overwhelm the powerful Fate Soul 9 tribes, and now Zillion set out to go to the Heavenly Mother's sacred wilderness. She might be able to revive the entire Heavenly Mother soul race. The opening of Emperor Shao's supreme altar is unstoppable now, but if Chen Shang and the Golden Wolf King join forces, it may be possible to suppress Emperor Shao. In this way, Chen Shang also has breathing space. At least he can leave Saint Profound Star and go to the Heavenly Mother Saint Desolate. I am willing to cooperate. What do I need to do? Chen Shang looked at the supreme altar in the distance and asked, should I attack his supreme altar now, or wait for him to successfully open the altar and complete the entire sacrificial ceremony? The light of the supreme altar is stronger at this moment, illuminating the night sky of the Kanglan Sea. The original golden Kanglan Sea is now white. The sea surface at night is brightened by the energy mist erupting from the supreme altar. The supreme altar is now protected by the power of the universe. Even if we are 10 times 100 times stronger, we cannot shake the supreme altar. The Golden Wolf King also looked in the direction of the supreme altar. This is the power from the universe of gods. No wonder it is so terrible. Chen Shang exclaimed, this power aura seems to be very pure. Shen Yuanxin said before that the energy obtained through this method of sacrifice is relatively evil. It's very pure, but as long as you touch it, you will be dead. Said the Golden Wolf King. This is the terrible part of this power. As long as you touch it, as long as you take in this energy to a certain level, you will be incomparably obsessed. If you don't continue to absorb this energy and practice, you will go crazy. Chen Shang understands, so this kind of energy looks pure, but in fact it can control the mind and dominate the soul in the soul. This is really terrifying. Emperor Shao's goal seems to be Chelong Island. Chen Shang looked at Chelong Island below and said, what is there to attract him here? Because this is the origin of Aoshi universe. So he thinks that if you control Chelong Island, you can control the entire Aoshi universe. The Golden Wolf King looked at Chen Shang, with curiosity in his eyes, and asked, Master Shen, you have entered the earth before. Heart, so what's down there? The situation below is very complicated, and I didn't understand it. In short, the space below is huge, and the space inside is larger than the entire Saint Profound Star. Chen Shang said, he did not tell the truth. It seems that the origin of Aoshi universe is very different. The Golden Wolf King nodded, I hope I don't fall into the hands of Emperor Shao. Chen Shang didn't want Chelong Island to fall into the hands of Emperor Shao, but if there was no other way, he could only give up temporarily and wait to grab it back later. Chen Shang is now worried about Shen Yuanxin. If Emperor Shao can threaten Shen Yuanxin, Chen Shang doesn't know how desperate he will be at that time. Prince Shen, I hope we can cooperate more tacitly in the fight against Emperor Shao. The Golden Wolf King smiled and said, if you really can't beat it, just run. And even if I save my life, I will give it to you. Help you fight for a chance to escape. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4479, Tianyuan. Shen Shang used his mind and eyes to see that the Golden Wolf King really wanted to join hands with him, which he had never doubted. The Golden Wolf King also told Chen Shang that he would not shrink back anyway. Suppressing Emperor Shao had a great benefit to Chen Shang, and Chen Shang had thought about it before. Now that someone is cooperating, and the other party is still very strong, Chen Shang naturally agreed. Prince Shen, if you still have too many things to let go, you don't have to take risks at that time. You just need to get involved and attract the attention of Emperor Shao for me. The Golden Wolf King said. I and Emperor Shao are also rivals. Now, I know him best, let me fight him head on. It's okay, I'm just a pill cultivator and I'm not good at fighting. But if I want to distract the other person, harass him or something, I still have no problem. Chen Shang laughed. And I'm better at doing these. Quote. The Golden Wolf King also knew about Chen Shang before. He did know that Chen Shang seldom played head-on battles, mainly using various artifacts to cooperate. But no matter what, Chen Shang was able to kill the enemy successfully in the end, which shows that his strength is not weak. In the eyes of Golden Wolf King, as long as the enemy can be brought down, he is the winner and the strong. Who can manage so much in the battle of life and death? If you were in the sky at this moment, you would definitely be able to see the entire Saint Profound Star being shrouded in white light, like a snow-white star in the dark night. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King has already flown away from the Saint Profound Star. He is now standing on a large sword as wide as the door, looking at the bright white star, and sighing, Master Shen, you are in big trouble. Emperor Shao, the rise is unstoppable. At this moment, an old man suddenly appeared on the wide sword of the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King screamed in fright. The old man was dressed in rough gray clothes and his hair drooped unkemptly. Although his square face was wrinkled, it was full of redness. His deep eyes flashed sharp sword light, and he was staring at the Sword King of Heavenly Nightmare. The old man carried his hands on his back, without anger and arrogance, and he had a heart-shattering aura. Master! Meet Master! The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King immediately knelt down and said excitedly, My good master, you are finally back. This old man has disappeared for many years, the legendary Heavenly Nightmare Sword God, that is, the master of the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. You are still useless as always. The old man sighed with disappointment on his face, and then touched the head of the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. Master, it's useless to be a disciple. It has insulted your name as the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King lowered his head, not daring to look at his master. Sword God of Heavenly Nightmare? What kind of name is this? The old man smiled faintly. Master, you must be a powerful man in the cosmic divine sea. I don't know what the name of the master is. The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King also stood up and said with a smile, After all, you are my master, and for so many years, you should always know your name now, right? My name is Tianyuan. The name Tianyuan is in the cosmos Shanghai, but a nameless person. Tianyuan looked at Saint Profound Star, his eyes flashed with excitement, but soon disappeared. He said lightly, This proud universe is really pleasantly surprised. Master, are you a good person or a bad person? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King suddenly felt aggrieved, and said, That Shao Emperor, now it is like this, did you help? Our Heavenly Nightmare human race and the Heavenly Nightmare orc race's altars can be built get up, it's all inheritance left by you. Apprentice, to tell you the truth, I'm just a builder. I was sent here to help you build the altar. Tianyuan laughed at himself. Of course, I have some strength, but I lack opportunities. I can tell you that I have a clear conscience for what I have done to me over the years. Master, the current situation of Aoshi universe is very complicated, so please give some advice from Master. Said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. The good show has just begun. I was sent here to teach you to build those altars, and now it has finally worked. Tianyuan said. On the other side of the universe, Shanghai finally waited for the birth of a decent universe. A decent universe? Or other universes not decent? Asked the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. It's just that your Tianma universe is more decent. Tianyuan smiled and said, Don't worry, go, I will take you to another place. By the way, Master, the little sword you gave me was given away by me. Said the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King. What? That's a good thing, you actually sent it out. Okay, forget it, Tian Yuan didn't seem to pursue it, and then grabbed the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King and flew away from the Saint Profound Star at a faster speed. Master, don't you plan to see what the Saint Profound Star will become? The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King turned to look at the Saint Profound Star behind, and said, "This is the holy land of the sanctuary. Don't watch it, within 7 days, it will definitely be destroyed. This is a dead star." Tian Yuan said, "Now I want to take you to a place called Tianmu Shengwang, where is the holy land of this universe." Quote. What? Saint Profound Star is going to die? After hearing this, the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was shocked and said, "This. Master, there are my friends in Saint Profound Star, I want to tell him about this." "The dagger I gave you is for your friend?" Tian Yuan asked. The Nightmare Sword King nodded. Tian Yuan summoned a long sword, and saw the sword suddenly light up. "You can contact him through this sword," Tian Yuan said. "Thank you, Master." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King immediately shouted at the sword. On Chen Zhang's side, he was waiting for Emperor Shao with the Golden Wolf King. At this moment, he suddenly detected that the small sword given to him by the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King was emitting light. "What's the matter?" Chen Shang took it out to take a look, and then felt a strong consciousness fluctuation. He immediately used his own consciousness to investigate. Master Shen, Saint Profound Star is going to be over, you run, you run." The Heavenly Nightmare Sword King shouted. "This is what my master said. He said that Saint Profound Star is not a holy land." "That's right, Master wants to take me to the holy desolation of Heavenly Mother." "Why did Saint Profound Star die?" Chen Shang was shocked. The Golden Wolf King next to him saw that Chen Zhang's expression was a little strange, and he felt a little curious. He couldn't hear Chen Shang and the Heavenly Nightmare Sword King communicating now. Tianyuan answered Chen Shang, "After the opening of the altar is over, the Saint Profound Star will be transformed into a stargate. The energy of the Saint Profound Star will keep the stargate running." Tian Yuan said, "The role of the stargate is to connect the cosmic divine sea. As for the future, what are you doing? I don't know. Anyway, go away." "Senior, are you the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God?" Chen Shang asked. "I'm a construction worker, and my name is Tianyuan. Because you are Shaojian's friend, I have to say a few more words to you." "Okay, there will be a period of time." Tianyuan said goodbye directly, then took the sword and brought the Tianmao sword. Wang quickly moved away from Saint Shuangxing. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4480, Disaster of Star Annihilation. Chen Shang was immediately shocked, and he couldn't get over for a while. Shen Gongzi, the Golden Wolf King next to him, called Shen Shang. "Lord Wolf King, are you mainly to protect the entire Heavenly Nightmare Orc race?" Chen Shang asked seriously. "It's not the entire Orc race. You know, there are many scums in the Orc race. I only protect those who recognize me and follow me," said the Golden Wolf King. He guessed that Chen Shang had just received very important news. "I was in contact with the Heavenly Nightmare Sword God just now. He said that Saint Profound Star will be destroyed. Then it will become a stargate." Chen Shang said, "What the asterisk is going on?" The Golden Wolf King's pupils shrank. If this were true, then the entire Saint Profound Star would indeed be ruined. If it was only the rise of Emperor Shao that suddenly became very strong, it would still be feasible for Chen Shang and the Golden Wolf King to join forces to suppress Emperor Shao. However, now, the entire Saint Profound Star will become a stargate, which means that the Saint Profound Star will no longer exist. On the Saint Profound Star, there is the same kind that the Golden Wolf King wants to guard. And in Dakan Gate, there are also friends Chen Shang wants to protect, as well as the Shen family who has migrated to Saint Profound Star. It seems we have to act in advance. The Golden Wolf King took a deep breath. "Master Shen, on the Saint Profound Star, are there any partners you need to protect?" "Yes, and many." Chen Shang made a choice and said, "We have to do it now. There is no time. Now that time is running out, the large number of nightmare orcs that the Golden Wolf King wants to protect has no time to leave the Saint Profound Star." Chen Shang thought about it just now. He rushed to Dakan Gate to evacuate the people, but time was too late. Using the 6 magic mirrors to travel through space was very fast in the past, but using the 6 magic mirrors to fly away from the Saint Profound Star is not so easy, especially in the current situation. So now there is only one way, which is to stop that altar as much as possible. Before, both Chen Shang and Golden Wolf King thought that the altar could make Emperor Shao stronger, but now it is not only making Emperor Shao stronger, but also turning Saint Profound Star into a stargate. I'll take the lead. After the Golden Wolf King finished speaking, he flew forward. When he flew past, suddenly many orcs with golden light appeared in all directions. There were more than 100 orcs. Now that more than 100 orcs have merged, their form is still like the Golden Wolf King, but their strength has become extremely terrifying. Chen Shang immediately judged that it was difficult for him to defeat the Golden Wolf King. The opponent was so powerful. Because the Golden Wolf King had already gone far, Chen Shang couldn't go and see his 6 cultivation bases for the first time. Chen Shang suspects that the 6 ways of cultivation of the orcs may be mainly based on the demon way. The Golden Wolf King rushed to the forefront, and the speed was also very fast. Chen Shang controlled the flight of the 6 magic mirrors, followed behind the Golden Wolf King, and suddenly saw a huge golden axe suddenly appear in the night sky. The Golden Wolf King soon came near the Supreme Altar. He roared, and the golden giant axe chopped down at the Supreme Altar. Boom! After the loud noise, the entire Saint Profound Star fell into a violent tremor, and the seawater even set off huge waves. The scary thing is that the golden giant axe actually shattered. The Supreme Altar is very strong, and this terrible blow did not cause any harm to the Supreme Altar. Sister Mirror, we're going to get on. Chen Shang sat on the 6th Tao Divine Mirror. The defensive power of that Supreme Altar is too strong because there are too many cosmic divine powers. The 6 divine mirrors want to swallow that energy. Walk more than half of the time, so that the Golden Wolf King can attack. It should be possible, try it. Sister Xiaojing also knows that it is a very urgent situation, so she must also do her best. The 6 magic mirrors hover in the sky, and then gradually become bigger. The mirror surface of the magic mirror is facing down, which means that Chen Shang will use the strongest power of the 6 magic mirrors. In addition to the 6 magic mirrors, there is also a proud furnace inside. Chen Shang hopes that Aoshi Shenlu can withstand greater energy. What he has to do now is to consume as much energy as possible in the universe of the gods. This kind of energy transmitted by the universe Shanhai is problematic, and after absorbing it, it will lose its nature. Naturally, the 6 magic mirrors are not afraid, because the 6 magic mirrors themselves have the ability to purify. Aoshi Shenlu can also re-refine the absorbed energy. As the 6 gods' mirror keeps getting bigger, the Supreme Altar is getting more and more irritable, bursts of strong light constantly gushing out, trying to sprint into the 6 gods' mirror, but they are all reflected back by the mirror. The 6 gods' mirror not only grew bigger, but also released a picture of the Aoshi Mountains and rivers, projecting the Aoshi Mountains and rivers on the Supreme Altar, and began to absorb the energy that swallowed the Supreme Altar, and introduced it into the 6 gods' mirror. Aoshi Shenlu is also devouring the energy of the Cosmic Divine Sea at this time. Brother, I am the soul of 6 lives, I can bear it. Sister Xiaojing shouted. Now, Chen Shang discovered that the power of these life souls is that they can hold a lot of energy. Aoshi Shenlu is equivalent to 2 small life souls, and now they have absorbed most of this energy. Chen Shang thought for a while, and immediately threw the Qinglong 2 demon sword and the Baihu Jingyu fan into the Aoshi god furnace for sacrifice. In addition, Chen Shang draws the purified energy from the 6 magic mirrors and injects it into the amethyst lotus. What shocked Chen Shang was that the absorption capacity of the amethyst lotus was also very terrifying. This little amethyst lotus, devouring this energy crazily, seemed like a bottomless pit. The heart of the Golden Wolf King was shocked at this moment. Chen Zhang's combat effectiveness was not strong, but this ability was extremely terrifying, and he could suppress the terrifying energy burst of the Supreme Altar at once. He also seized the opportunity to break through the energy shield on the outer layer of the Supreme Altar and enter the altar. If it weren't for Chen Zhang's move, the Golden Wolf King wouldn't know when he would be able to break through the defense of the Supreme Altar. Entering the altar, the Golden Wolf King began to wreak havoc. He was already very powerful, and with the 2 golden axes in his hand, the inside of the Supreme Altar was crushed by him. Chen Shang, you are really capable. It seems that I underestimated you before. Xiao Di's voice came, and a white figure flew out from the middle of the altar and rushed towards the 6 divine mirrors. At this time, the Golden Wolf King opened a passage from the inside of the altar, rushed into the air, and slashed at Emperor Shao with an axe. It's you, 100 beasts. Emperor Shao was shocked, because the Golden Wolf King was very strong and threatened him. Bai Lian, Chen Shang will leave it to you to deal with, you will definitely be able to take him. Shao Emperor commanded, and immediately attacked the Golden Wolf King, sneered, "100 beasts, I didn't expect you to also come into contact with the cosmic divine sea. Now, that's just right, we will compete against each other." Chen Shang was on the six-way magic mirror and felt the white lotus coming, so he immediately put away the amethyst lotus, put it in the six-way magic mirror, and continued to absorb the energy of the cosmic Shanhai. "Master Shen, don't be unharmed." Bai Lian floated slowly, and a pair of slender jade legs landed gently, swinging white light waves under the jade feet. There is no clothing on her body, only a faint white haze enveloped her, which is extremely alluring.